Round 1. Fight!
What is up, guys? No, there's no need to adjust your TV screens, your phone screens, your tablet, your computer, whatever whatever device you're using to watch this thing. Those were all the faces of Richie Goodacre in those posters. So we're just having some fun with them tonight with some deep fakes. Some of them look cool, some of them look a little creepy, but it's fun. So, anyways, welcome to Tournament Fights. This is episode number 89. This is Richie Nemo Goodacre, top 128 favorite movies, part 1. So it's going to be a 3-part series. So the goal is that whatever makes the Sweet 16 tonight will make it into the championship. Same with part 2; it'll work the same way, and then we'll have a half bracket of 32 when we get there. So, but yeah, I'm your host, Jordan, the movie hero Anderson, and we'll just go ahead and start with the man of the hour. We'll start with Mr. Richie Nemo Goodacre. Put him a little higher on the ladder tonight instead of the bottom.
Yay.
Right?
Yeah, man. Yeah, this should be fun. I'm terrified of all those the posters there, especially the mask, mask one. I don't know how to feel about that. I strangely fit the James Silent Bob one. It is a very stoned. You found the most stoned photo of me, and yeah, I'm happy to I'll be interested to see what my next favorite film is. Spoiler alert: John Wick's not on here because I did the Jordan thing where it's like, it's already won, so I put it on there.
I see.
Yeah. So no. But yeah, no, it's good. I've seen all these movies, so yeah, we good to
And I got a little preview of it, and I think this time most of the movies I actually like, so it's going to be hard for me as well. So, so yeah. But we also have joining us Malcolm Lay. How's it going, Malcolm?
It's always good to be here. Just ready to do this.
Yeah. Well, you are one of a couple kind of last minute people that agreed to do it, so thank you again. I appreciate it. And then we also have Jacob Barber. What's up, Jacob?
What's up? I'm excited to see the list. All I know is that it should be better than JPO's because his movie taste sucks.
Well, we'll put him in here to defend himself. JPO, what do you say?
Oh, I forgot you were here.
We were in the lobby like 2 minutes ago, Jacob.
I thought you left.
Yeah.
It's fine. Don't worry. I have my tequila ready to get slammed every time Jacob says he hasn't seen a movie or when he just says one word for his answer.
Oh, yeah, right. Or just gives a thumbs up.
No.
Yeah. And then
in the interest of time.
Yeah. But last but certainly not least, we have Steven Shepard. How's it going?
Hey, yeah, I practically just got done not long ago doing the last classic match for the year. So
nice.
This was a surprise to get this. Wasn't expecting this.
Yeah, I called you in last minute because we went a little late because I'm trying to balance things during the holidays. Luckily, some of you guys agreed to help out, so hopefully we won't be so late in the future going forward. So I appreciate that. Yeah.
I have a pretty light work schedule this week, so it's fun.
Nice. That's good.
I just started a new job, so.
Oh, cool. Sounds good. Well, congratulations, I'll say, because I know that you weren't thrilled near the end of your last one. So I'm glad you found something hopefully you like. So yeah, but yeah, well then we'll jump into things. So basically how it's going to work is we're going to have a tournament of 64 of Richie's favorite movies, and I'll bring up the bracket here in just a minute, and we just simply vote, just round by round until we And speaking of Richie, he just pieced out for a second. It's probably his internet, or but yeah, we'll be voting round by round. You do have to vote no matter what, even if you haven't seen both of the movies. You can vote for any reason. You can vote for serious reasons because you love one of the movies, one or the other. You can vote against the movie because you dislike one of the movies. You can just make up a reason. You can vote for because you like the poster. Vote for whatever reason. So we like to have fun here. So yeah, and if we have any ties, we'll explain how the ties are going to work when we get there. So I think that will do it. Hopefully, Richie will be back to talk about his own favorite movies. But
let's go quick.
Sure. Yeah, quick. We'll oust some of them and see what do you think?
Let's not even talk about it. Let's just vote.
Ooh, hang on. I didn't hide it this time. Spoilers. Uh-oh. And I'm not sure, actually. We got this in the right mode. I like to put it into presentation, which I think it is. Okay, cool. Let's see. And yeah, we'll just go for it before he gets here. I'm gonna adjust it real quick. A quick adjustment on my end, and a couple of tabs not lag either. There we go.
Oh, sorry, the computer being done.
The first matchup versus National Lampoon's Vacation is what we got here. So, and yeah, so it'll be Jacob. You're up first. So you just switched yourself to the bottom. So unless you want to stay there,
I did. I wanted Richie to be
up.
higher
It's
up,
to you.
but I didn't really feel like switching everyone else. We haven't
Sure,
started
yeah.
yet,
You can
so
stay down
don't
there
mess
and
anything up.
just go first. Yeah. We haven't started, so what do you think?
Pretty easy vote. Jordan, JPO, get ready to drink because I have not seen Vacation, so I will go with Big Sick. I think Big Sick is incredible.
Oh, shoot, these are pills.
Yeah, I love the Big Sick. I think it's a great movie. So I'll get my vote.
Yeah.
Even if I had seen Vacation, I might be like, because I just love the Big Sick that much.
Yeah, well, Steven, Jacob decided to jump down and steal the first tiebreaker, but what do you think of these two?
Well, it's funny because I too have only seen one of these, except the one that I've seen is Vacation. So I will go with Vacation.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Where's the
JPO?
backlash whenever anyone else says they haven't seen a movie?
Well, see, the thing
I
is,
don't know.
I like Steven.
Yeah.
You know I have
Yeah.
power, right?
Yeah, he does have some fucking power.
Yeah, don't mute me.
But Jordan, what do you think here?
So I've seen both.
Ooh.
I'm not the biggest National Lampoons guy. I like them who don't love them. Big Sick, I was really charmed by. I think it's a great tale here. Heart, humor, both in it. The best thing Camille Nanjiani's done so far is Leading Man. I'm gonna go Big Sick.
Yeah. And Malcolm, what do you think?
Yeah, I also have seen both of these movies. As much as I do like Vacation, I've got to go Big Sick.
Yeah, sounds good. And Richie, what do you think?
Yeah, I feel like like Vacation. Yeah, it's a great road trip movie, one of the better ones, and yeah, I like the silly humor. And it's great. But yeah, I don't think like the Big Sick gets put on here that much. And it's ironic. It's called the Big Sick, and I'm sick. No, I know.
Right.
I'm getting over it. I can actually talk more than yesterday, which is good. But yeah, it shows that Camille Nanjiani is a great actor, especially in the lead role. And yeah, it's a based on a true story. And yeah, I think they knock it out of the park here. It shows a good insight into the stand-up life, kind of like funny people and stuff like that. So I think I got to give another credit too to Ray Romano. He does a really good job as it. It does a really good job as the dad, not coming around Gianni's dad, but you know what I mean. yeah, I think he's really good at this movie. So yeah, I'll go Big Sick.
Yeah. Yeah, so I've seen both of these movies. I saw The Big Sick in theaters when it was out, and I'm a big Kumail Nanjiani fan. I really like him a lot. I mean, when they use him right, like sometimes he gets these roles that are kind of, he just pops up and you're like, okay, like here he is. But for this one, it actually really works because it's about his own story of him and his wife, and it's got a pretty fun cast. I mean, you also have Emily Gordon. You have Zoe Kazan, which I saw in the Battle of Buster Scruggs I watched recently for an episode, and she shows up in one of the segments in that one. And then Holly Hunter's always great. And then Ray Romano's pretty good. So it's pretty good cast. But going up against National Lampoon's Vacation, Vacation is a banger for me. I love this movie. Like there's just so many fun things to quote. Like when they all end up in St. Louis and they're like in the ghetto all of a sudden, and they're like trying to ask for direction, and then you just hear a bunch of gunshots, and they're like, all right, kids, roll them up, and then like floor it out of there. Yeah, and I can't remember what the guy says, but he says, I'm like, what the fuck you saying to me, or like something like that when he asked for direction. I don't know the exact quote, but something along those lines when he asked for direction. So, and then also John Candy at the end, he's always pretty memorable. So I think I gotta edge it out to Vacation here. So,
but if my calculations are wrong, I've got 4-2 for the Big Sick.
Yep.
Yeah,
all right.
I think that's accurate.
Big Sick. Sounds good.
Yeah,
I'm not mad about it, 'cause this one was actually pretty close for me. So
Vacation I like, but it's not my favorite of that franchise.
You like?
Yeah,
you
it's
like
not my favorite
Vegas
either,
Vacation?
but it's up there. You like European Vacation, don't you?
Remember
yeah.
this movie at all, actually.
Yeah, we got Dawn of the Planet of the Apes up against The Jerk. So this time it'll be Steven first. So
Okay,
yeah.
This is another case of I've only seen one of them.
Unbelievable.
Oh my
yeah,
god!
I can't believe it.
You know what?
What's
Don't worry about it.
what's
buddy.
wrong with you? Yeah.
And on my special day as well. You couldn't watch a movie on my special day. Okay, no, that's right.
I didn't even know it was going to be on here until like.
Oh
2
yeah,
minutes.
yeah. We all have excuses. Oh yeah, I know
Yeah, excuses.
Excuses.
So I love Steve Martin, so I'm sure I'll love The Jerk when I do see it. But for now, I'll go with Dawn.
Yeah. JPO, what do you think?
This one's tough, man. The recent Apes trilogy is a really tight trilogy. So I like this movie a lot, but just to even things out, The Jerk is great. It's one of the early Steve Martin performances. They don't make him like this anymore, maybe for a reason, but The Jerk's great. I'm gonna go The Jerk.
Yeah. Malcolm, what do you think?
I mean, I already know what Jordan's going to say about one of the movies in this matchup.
Yeah, probably.
But yeah, I haven't seen The Jerk. It's been one I've been meaning to get to.
He's below you.
But I'm going to go Planet of the Apes.
Yeah. Zing over there, Jacob. Richie, what do you think?
Yeah, I you would have seen on Tia Ranko, and I think it's been come up in tournament fights once before, but if you haven't seen The Jerk, if you can get to it, I'd recommend. It's really it's one of Stephen Martin's early ones, but it's also one of his better ones, and I don't feel that enough people talk about it. It's very funny. And yeah, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, it's my favorite of that trilogy. And yeah, I love that trilogy. I think it's almost like the perfect trilogy. I know they're making a fourth one, which a bit trepidatious by, but look, I'll still go watch it. It seems fun, but I'll go The Jerk here.
Yeah. And yeah, like you can, if you know me, if you've seen these episodes, I don't really care for when they give monkey's human characteristics. It just doesn't really do anything for me. I can't really buy into. I'm just like, like whatever. Like it's fine. I'm sure that there's a great movie to be had there somewhere. I mean, but I just it wasn't really for me. But The Jerk is great though. I just saw this movie earlier this year for the first time. Man, was I laughing like pretty hard watching this. Like when he thinks that he's black and he's like dancing with like reckless abandonment over and over on the front porch, just doing that over and over again. And like some of the like lines and the like bits that they have in this movie are just so good. Classic Steve Martin, and Steve Martin's always great. So I got to go The Jerk. And Jacob, what do you think?
Apes on horses.
Mm.
All I care about. Apes on horses.
Yep. Well,
and we have a tie, and it goes to Jacob.
Apes on horses.
All right, man. How you gonna do that to Steve Martin? Come on.
Easy. Apes on horses.
Up next, we got Rush Hour 2. Yeah. Going up against Final Destination 3. A couple of sequels there. So we'll start with Jordan Owens this time.
Yeah, I can definitely pick here. Final Destination 3 has another great opening, but past that, I don't like it as much as the first two. Rush Hour 2 is arguably, I think a lot of people agree, is better than the first one, just by a little bit to me, but by a lot to some. It's a really fun sequel. That's why people were waiting years for that third one here. I'm going to Rush Hour 2.
Yeah. Malcolm, what do you think?
Like I like Rush Hour 2. It's not my favorite out of that trilogy. I actually just prefer the first one. But Final Destination 3, I don't think has come up before. So, and I actually out of that franchise, I actually quite like it more than some of the others. So I'm gonna go Final Destination 3.
Yeah. And Richie, what do you say about these two?
Yeah, Rush Hour 2 is the best of the trilogy. It's they're sort of, this is where they sort of really, when they're connect their kind of their chemistry was established in the first one, but I think the second one they take to new heights. It's really fun. Great story, and then great bloopers at the end. Final Destination 3, I just like. I mean, the great opening, but yeah, I really dig the whole movie and just the twists and turns. Earlier role for Mary Elizabeth Winstead here. And I don't know, Dan. I really enjoy it, but honestly, the better movie is probably Rush Hour 2, so I'll go there.
Yeah. Yeah, I really like all the Final Destination movies, even the fifth one that like people that like don't seem to like.
It was the fourth one.
Maybe it's the fourth one that I'm thinking of. Fifth one, yeah, that one was actually really good. The Final Destination, yeah. So, but yeah, Rush Hour 2 though, it is pretty memorable for me, and I used to have this. Actually, this was the very last VHS that I ever bought before I switched over to DVDs, and I remember just wearing it out, just watching it over and over on repeat. And I like this one better because
was it the tanning scene? Be honest.
Oh yeah, yes. But I like it mostly because you have Chris Tucker being the fish out of water this time, so he's just going around China, just like saying and doing all kinds of like wacky things, like when he's singing karaoke in the beginning, and he's like singing the Michael Jackson song, and he's like, "Listen up, everybody! I need all the triads and the ugly women on this side, and all the fine women on this side." And then just like walking around, like he runs into Jeremy Piven at like some kind of suit shop, and he's like the gay guy, the croc skin buttercream croc skin, and then a Chinese lady that's about to like chop the head off the chicken. He's like, "I like my chicken dead and deep fried." You ever heard of Popeyes? Like, just a lot of like funny lines. The way he delivers it too. I feel like maybe if like someone else were to do it wouldn't have been so funny. But like Chris Tucker's great. So yeah, like he needs to be more stuff. That's not the first time I said that on the show. So he needs to be in more things, especially comedies. So yeah. But Jacob, what do you think?
I can't remember if I've seen Final Destination 3, but I know I've seen Rush Hour 2, and I really enjoy it. So I'm going to go with Rush Hour 2.
Well, if you haven't seen Final Destination 3, it's perfectly fine. Like we're not going to give you a hard time about it. Like it's just totally fine. So, yeah. Steven, what do you think?
Some of them kind of blend in together. It's Final Destination 3, the scene, the one with the acupuncture scene, and
no, that's the
that's
the
5.
fifth one.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
This is Mary Elizabeth Winstead, right?
Yes, I know she's in
Yeah.
it.
And the tanning bed. This also has a tanning bed scene.
Yeah, the tanning bed scene's probably
Yeah.
the most notable kill in that movie.
So I have seen
Oh,
it.
yeah.
So Rush Hour 2.
Maybe I'm getting it confused again with 5, but is it also
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Number five's got the
the
acupuncture scene.
gymnastic scene? Is that at 3 or is
Is
that
this the one
Yeah,
where
that's
he's
on
like,
5.
"What's your favorite scary movie?" It's this one, right?
Yeah, number five's got the gymnastic
Knives,
scene.
knives on the gloves. I got it.
And this is actually kind of tough. I don't think either of these are great, but they're both solid movies of their franchise. I've always enjoyed the Final Destination movies. Are always been one of my more favorite of the horror big franchises. So I'll go with Final Destination 3.
Yeah. Well, it's gonna be Rush Hour, I think, right? Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. Rush Hour. So we got Warrior up next, going up against the Change Up, which I don't even know if this movie has ever appeared on tournament fights before. So yeah.
I don't know where someone's gonna go. Anyway.
Yeah.
So,
So it'll be Malcolm first. What do you think?
Yeah, this is actually really tough because I really love Warrior, but I think Change Up is a really underrated Ryan Reynolds movie. Like, not a lot of people actually talk about it. You know what? Just because I don't think it's come up here and I want to give my vote to an underdog, I'm going to go the Change Up on this.
Yeah, sounds good. Richie, what do you think?
yeah, no, I love. You obviously love Warrior. I think it's one of those ones. I think it's probably come up. If you did a tournament fight of ones that would come up the most, this would be up there. Yeah, but that's good for good reason.
We'll have to do that sometime.
It obviously, it's obviously affected a lot. Kind of reached a lot of people emotionally, and yeah, it's just a great story. I think it's a good sort of almost coming out party for George Tinter. I mean, he had been doing a lot of stuff for years, but I feel like this is when the people on like an international scale sort of took notice. I think Nick Nolte's great in this, and yeah, like even Kurt Angle does. Tom Hardy's great in this, and even though Kurt Angle doesn't have any lines, I think he suits the sort of this villain role, big Russian dude. The Change Up, it's basically Freaky Friday, sort of just a kind of a adult version of it. Yeah, it's pretty, pretty stupid. These guys, they both piss into a fountain, and then they sort of body swap, and it's and yeah, I don't know, hijinks ensue. I enjoy it. I really enjoy it. And look, I mean, I'm just going to tell you, I know Jordan's going to vote for the Warrior, so I know his opinions on Change Up.
Which Jordan are you talking about?
Yeah.
The one
me.
that's voice. You, JPO. Anyway,
Because you are right. I'm ready to kill it.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I can go into. But look, I know Change Up hasn't been on here for a lot, but I'll still go Warrior because I think it's a better movie.
Yeah, for me, I was gonna say like I'm about to vote for it because it hasn't been on here like maybe ever. Like I don't know that, and I think it's pretty underrated. Like I think that it's fun. It's just kind of like one being the family man, one being the like party single guy, and just kind of being able to switch it up and like do like Freaky Friday have more of like an adult like humor to it. So yeah, but Warrior's great though. Like I think Warrior actually is the better movie, like by a long shot. But like we haven't seen this movie, so I'm gonna just have some fun and vote for it. So, Jacob.
Warrior.
Yeah.
Just Warrior. I've talked about how much I love that movie before.
Yeah, it's great. Steven?
Well, I was thinking about giving the change up a vote, but I don't want to tie it up. So, I'll go with Warrior because it is the better movie.
You can tie it up.
But I do enjoy the change up a lot. I think it's underrated.
Yeah. Well, JPO?
JPO, what do you think about Change It?
I love it. It is so good. It is my number one Ryan Reynolds movie. Now, I didn't even know you knew I disliked it. Maybe you saw my list recently because it didn't even make my top 25 Ryan Reynolds movies in general. I don't like the change up. I think it's lowbrow. I hate Ryan Reynolds' character. I hate the humor they go for. I'm all about an adult Freaky Friday, but it just did not work for me. And it is facing a juggernaut, in my opinion, in Warrior. Even if it was a comedy I dug, it would be hard to defeat Warrior. So this one's definitely not. I love Warrior. I think it's absolutely great film. And Tom Hardy can actually kick your ass in real life. Warrior.
Yeah, right. Probably Joel Edgerton too, honestly.
Well, that's true. I mean,
yeah.
That girl kissing Ryan Reynolds would kick my ass. That baby on Bateman Schultz would kick my ass. But
I think what JPO was referring to is that Tom Hardy's got a black belt in BJJ. So
yeah, he entered a
won
real
MMA
MMA tournament. Like he legitimately is like an MMA guy now.
now.
Yeah, that's why I was saying, like, yeah, like he
That's
hype,
cool.
just like, hey, this weekend Tom Hardy showed up and won a tournament.
Wow.
Yeah, he had a weekend free, and he was like,
It'd be pretty cool. Yeah.
Free Saturday afternoon.
Well, it'll be Warrior.
What'd you do this weekend?
Next we got Eternal Sunshine.
What'd you do?
There you go.
Hey JPO, what do you
Yeah.
vote for?
I do like the bird.
Going against the birds. Yeah. Some Alfred Hitchcock flavor in here. So and I believe that it's Richie first. So
All right, cool. Yeah, I came late to the birds. Yeah, it was sort of recommended to me by my friend. Because there's just a lot of Hitchcock blind spots. But yeah, like this is it's very I guess like it freaks me out more when it's like it's fair enough. It's one thing to have like a movie about like snakes or kind of sharks or whatever. But yeah, but for the most part, it's sort of easy to avoid those things. But yeah, the idea of like birds just coming to attack you is fucking just terrifying. And yeah, it looks like generally realistic. A lot of the effects. Yeah, I think I see why it got a lot of attention when it came out, and yeah, I was sort of I was sort of blown away. So yeah, and Eternal Sunshine, talked about it before, but yeah, I share the love that JPO does as well. It's just a great commentary on like depression and the relationships, and yeah, I absolutely I adore this movie, and I think actually as time goes on, it sort of becomes more relevant and sort of holds up more. And I think Jim Carrey's perfectly cast. So I'll go Eternal Sunshine.
Yeah. This one's kind of interesting for me because I've seen them both, and I'm kind of like mediocre on both. But I decided that I am gonna give Eternal Sunshine another rewatch because I've only seen it one time, and like I just wasn't like thrilled by it. But I think it's one of those movies. If you watch it, I'll bet.
I told you, Jordan, the seventh viewing.
The second time.
Get to the seventh.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and then probably I'll rewatch it. I think in January because from now until the end of the year, I'm only watching stuff for like these shows and Christmas movies. That's about all I'm watching right now. So, but I'll get to probably January. But unless I have to watch it for one of these shows, which I actually could have rewatched it, but there are a couple of blind spots on here that I hadn't seen that I did watch that we'll we'll get to when they come up. But and the birds, a lot of fun. Like I actually love the vibe that it has, because like when you really think about it, for me, like there are a lot of freaky birds that do exist. Not all birds are scary, I don't think, but I think that a lot of them are, and like I've had like one too many situations where I'm like in somebody's house or like at a store, and like a bird from the outside it gets in the inside and like flying around. We got to get it out of here. But like when it swoops down, you're kind of freaked out a little bit. And like some birds have freaky looking faces and freaky looking eyes, and it just, I don't know, there's something about it. So yeah, I think I'm gonna give it to the birds, and I love the performance from Tippi Hedren too. Like there's always that memorable scene when she's in the phone booth and the birds are like bombarding the phone booth while she's in there. So yeah, I'll go with the birds. But Jacob?
Fun fact, there is a little-known sequel to The Birds called The Bees,
Really?
and it makes a great double feature, The Birds and the Bees.
Oh, there you go.
Wonderful.
I see.
The Birds and Bee movie.
Yep.
Uh,
Starring Jerry
The Birds.
Seinfeld.
I'm going to go with The Birds.
Yeah. Steven?
This is another case where I've seen one and not the but not the other.
Oh.
I'm gonna with the birds. I'm just kidding. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Yeah. Okay. So
I'm like, don't be that mad that Almost Famous is losing the poll to Eternal Sunshine and not. Come on.
Yeah.
It's spiteful.
Well, JPO?
I do like
What
The
are you gonna
Birds. I believe it's my first Hitchcock viewing. Simple but very effective. Yeah, not a single human being here is surprised. I'm going to go Eternal Sunshine. I've seen it close to 40 times. What? No way. I've seen it close to 40 times. I will get there soon. I think it's beautiful. My Amazon wish list for Christmas is a couple of Eternal Sunshine items on there if anyone wants to buy me one. So yeah, Eternal Sunshine.
Nice. Well, Malcolm, what do you think?
The HD DVD just came out. I only own it in 3 other formats. I need it on a 4th format.
Yeah.
So fun fact, in the movie Birdemic, Tippi Hedren has food billing, yet she's only seen on a random TV in the back.
I don't know how they got away with that. Like,
in the background of a shot, about 45
Wow.
minutes of the movie. It is not even from the Birds, but it's from this random movie called Jack and Sarah or something like that.
like a TV movie. That's how they got
That'd
it.
be like saying Mike
Super cheap for
Myers.
rent.
That'd be like saying Mike Myers is in I Am Legend because Will Smith is watching Shrek.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, all I'm saying that you can actually hear the audio from Shrek. The TV in Birdemic is muted. You don't actually hear the voice. So I mean, like, it's not unusual for them to credit if they use like footage like that to credit the actor going, like Mike Myers credited for archive content or something like that.
Yeah. Archive in the end credits, not
But to
billing
be
in the
to be
opening.
credited for
Yeah.
a muted TV, that's just weird. But anyway,
Over every other actor too, yeah.
Yeah.
it's not the Birdemic that's we're talking about here. I just thought I'd bring it up.
Yeah.
Look, I love Eternal Sunshine, and I think it's good, but I think The Birds is the better movie. So I'm going to tie it up and give my vote to The
Ooh.
Birds.
Tee it up. So it'll be Steven with the tiebreaker.
And you
What are you
can
gonna
change
go
your
for?
vote if you want, Stephen.
Yeah, remember, Almost
Yeah.
Famous is losing to Eternal Sunshine in the
But
poll.
you don't have to. You don't have to. Almost Famous is a great movie. It's got nothing to do with this.
I actually do love Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless
I know.
Mind, so I will keep my vote to that.
So it's going to lose in the next
Yeah.
round anyway.
There we go.
Imagine if you were talking about
Shut up,
Birdemic.
Shine.
Like, imagine if you were talking about Birdemic. Like,
Yeah.
that's in your 128.
Oh,
yeah, man.
Yeah. We have one of Malcolm's favorite movies on here, Jackass number 2, going up against Hot Shots Part 2. So we're both the
Sequel.
second.
It's the sequels.
Yes. And I guess I'm up first. And yeah, this one's actually tough because I have a lot of love for Hot Shots, like especially the second one, because like I just love the the whole Rambo stuff and like especially at the beginning when they're doing the whole fight scene. And he's like dipping his like fisting like all the candy toppings and stuff and ice cream and all that. And yeah, there's just some like really fun scenes that just kind of pop out of nowhere that you forget are even there. Like it's a great spoof movie, spoof comedy. But Jackass number 2 is a lot of fun also. But the thing about the Jackass movie for me, I love the whole cast. I love all the stunts, but like they kind of blend together. So I forget like which stunt comes in which movie and stuff. But I mean, but there's no knock at them because I think they're all like really, really funny. Like they're gonna do a series and like I'll be watching it like right when it's released. I'll be watching the whole thing. So yeah, it's tough, but you know what? I'm gonna give it to Jackass number 2. I think just by a hair. So yeah, because I just have a lot of fun with those movies. So yeah, but Jacob.
Yeah, I'll go with number 2 over part 2 for no particular reason at all. There is no specific reason why I'm voting for one movie over the other.
Because you're not a fan of Germans for part 2, right?
He hasn't seen it. He's
I didn't
I haven't
say
seen
that.
it. He didn't say it, but he's also not
Not
denying
assuming
it.
things, Jordan.
Yeah, you're also not saying it.
Yeah.
Steven?
Bloodier than RoboCop, bloodiest movie ever. I'll go for the second best Rambo movie, Hot Shots Part 2.
Yeah. Yep. Well, JPO?
Yeah, I'm just on my own particular neuroses. I always have a hard time ranking the Jackass films because they're fun, but I'm fulfilled just watching like a TV show. I can't really ever put them over many movies unless the movie sucks because I just feel like it's just skits. That's just me though, and I like you said too. I also have a hard time remembering what was 2 and 1 and 3. Like they all blend into me. They're just it's fun, but I can't say it's better than Hot Shots. I think Hot Shots there's so much more effort put in. It's also just funnier. I really do like Hot Shots. I think they're good spoof movies here. Sheen, it kind of is a straight man, but it works for this, so I'm gonna go Hot Shots.
Yeah.
Which Jackass movie has the alligator in the kitchen?
That's the first one, I think.
Oh, first one?
Yeah.
What about the
That
one
made me
when the guy gets hit in the balls? Which one is that?
Yeah, with the anaconda. Oh my god!
No, I was just saying in general. Gets hit in the balls. It's a joke because it's every one of them.
That'd be number 2 for 2 balls. Yeah, but
hey Malcolm, what do you think about Jackass?
Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it's no secret. I just don't get why people love to see people hurting themselves. I've never really cared about Jackass at all. I mean, if people enjoy watching it, then I'm not going to say that they're wrong for liking it. But
low-key, they're wrong.
I just don't. It's just not for me. I would actually go one step further and say Hot Shots Part 2 is the best Rambo movie ever
the first
made.
Rambo is
No, it's not.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's just the first Rambo movie's 3 stars at best. I'm going to go Hot Shots Part 2.
I've actually never seen the OGs. I would agree, but it's just from the ones I've seen.
Yeah. Watch the most recent Rambo. I'm a big defender of that.
Okay.
That movie.
I've only seen the last 2.
I know we're not talking about Rambo, but the first one is very different from the sequels.
Welcome to Rambo talk.
That is true. We'll say Brian Dennehy gives a great performance, so that's fun.
What, Tommy Boy? Yeah.
But Richie, what do you think here?
This is where like ratings and stuff come are really weird and different tastes are weird because first Rambo 3 stars. The comedy with Rebel Wilson senior year 3.5 stars. I'm talking about. It's so good. I haven't actually seen it yet, so I can't actually get.
In my bottom 10.
But yeah, I mean, like I this is where the presence of Austin is sorely needed for this. I was like, look, when I put this Austin back here, he's not here, shit. But yeah.
Not tonight. He's sleeping.
Yeah, that's all good. You get your sleep, my friend.
Yeah.
Jackass number 2 is really good. It's not my favorite one. I think the third was my favorite one, but it's still pretty good. Yeah, no, I don't know. It's not that like people hurting each other. Although I do watch UFC, so maybe I do like people hurting each other. I don't know. But yeah, I just like the crazy stunts they come up with, I guess. And yeah, it's just dumb. But I will just yeah, I mean, growing up, Hot Shots Part 2 is my favorite movie. This movie is so stupid, but in the right ways. My favorite moment was when you know, the, Martin Sheen passes Charlie on a boat, and they
Love
both go, "I
you,
love you in
Wall
Wall Street."
Oh yeah.
That
Yeah.
popped me so hard.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just a great movie. So I'm gonna go Hot Shots Part 2.
Yeah, coming up soon, we're actually gonna do a tournament fight. It's gonna be a family battle. That's gonna be Charlie Sheen versus Martin Sheen versus Emilio Estevez. So that'll be like I think in January. So yeah, but
Martin Sheen will probably win that.
yeah, but you never know. So but do we have a tie? Is that where it's at?
No, it's 4-2 for Hot Shots.
Okay, and Hot Shots it is.
I mean,
Um,
a lot of those
next
Jackass
up we have
people are
Halloween.
local to me, so it's kind of sucks that I had to vote against it. But
Oh yeah,
come to your
that is
house and
true.
beat
Yeah.
you up.
Yeah, right. Go like run a car through your front door or something crazy. But Halloween versus law-abiding citizen. Here we go. And it'll be Jacob this time.
Oh yeah, okay. This is a pretty easy one for me. Halloween is my favorite horror movie. It's one of my top 15 favorite movies of all time. It's gonna get my vote pretty easily.
Yeah. Steven?
never have I seen a movie implode so spectacularly as Law Abiding Citizen does in its third act, which is a shame because it's really good until then. So I will definitely go with Halloween.
Yeah. JPO?
Yeah, Steven actually kind of addressed what I was going to say. Law Abiding Citizen, really good two leads there. Interesting concept, but then it kind of starts to unravel a little bit, not in the greatest ways to the finale. While Halloween is arguably one of the greatest horror movies of all time, I think it still holds up. I have a love for it. I have a love for Michael Myers because of it. So Halloween.
Yeah. Malcolm, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, Law-Abiding Citizen is a lot of fun, but Halloween for me is in my top 5 Halloween movies. So Halloween.
Yeah. Richie, what do you think?
Yeah, I put Lauren by Citizen here on here because it sort of like it caught me off guard because how much I liked it because I'm never but you go over Gerard Butler's filmography, there's not a lot that I kind of like. Like he's fine and everything. It's just maybe the scripts he chooses aren't wonderful. But yeah, I like Law Abiding Citizen, and I don't even mind the ending. I think it's wacky. I like it's yeah, it does go off the rails, but it didn't take me out of it at all. But yeah, I guess I know where this is going, so I'll give some love to Law Abiding Citizen. But yeah, Halloween. I mean, I think this probably comes out more than any movie on Tournament Fights or Tier Ranker. But yeah, for good reason. It's one of it's the the Citizen Kane of horror movies. Halloween.
Yeah. Yeah. Halloween's great, and I have not seen Law Abiding Citizen, and yeah, Halloween's gonna be like maybe the best horror movie of all time. So I gotta go with Halloween. So be Halloween. Moving on.
Law Abiding Citizen is set in Philadelphia.
We got Jumanji. Oh, nice. There you go. Jumanji going up against Clerks 2. All right. So it'll be Steven first. What do you think?
It's pretty close, actually. But I think I have a little bit more of I think Clerks 2 has a little bit more of emotional resonance to it. So I'll go with Clerks 2.
Yeah. Jordan, what do you think?
Yeah, this is hard for a second here, man. I got some love for Jumanji. Great concept here. Definitely was a favorite as a kid. I will say though, just not in a recent biography, but like I do find myself going more back towards Clerks 2 though. As I grow older, I think it's a bigger rewatch, and I think that will kind of continue on in life. While Jumanji is something I kind of go to less and less. Every time I kind of see it, I like it maybe just a little bit less, and as I did as a kid when it was a bigger idea. So Clerks 2 is what I'm going for.
Yeah. Malcolm, what do you think?
Yeah. I love, but I like both these movies. I only actually just saw Clerks 2 for the first time this year. I have a lot of sort of holes in my viewer skew watch, but yeah, but I'm going to go Jumanji on this.
Yeah. Yeah. This one's tough because
You skipped me.
I really do love. Oh, sorry. Richie, sorry. Yeah.
Uh,
Go for it.
yeah.
Oh, Richie, you're on this episode. I forgot you're on this episode.
I know.
Yeah, we forgot.
You say like there's no as much emotional investment in Jumanji, Steven. What about when he's about to be sunk into the ground and disappear for it? He's about to be sucked into the floor, disappear forever. Did you not cry? Can you cry, Steven? Yeah. Yeah, no, I like Jumanji's really good. I will see. Yeah, I mean, not maybe to the extent of Jordan, but like, yeah, I do. When I do go back to Jumanji, and it's probably unfair because you know, technology kind of advanced rapidly, but since this movie came out. But yeah, I do laugh at the CGI in this movie, especially the monkeys. Yeah, but like back then they were revolutionary. So I guess yeah, but yeah, I love the concept though, and you would think it would make a really good video game, but then this company made a video game and it sucked. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, Clerks 2, yeah, I just love what they did with it. Like, yeah, they kind of, I love everything about it. Really, I think Rosario Dawson's a great addition to the cast. I love, I love like all the one-liners, the cameos. When like Jason Lee comes in and they kind of try to spoil his burger with piss and fries. Yes, and but yeah, just because again I'm a huge Kevin Smith guy, so I'll go Clerks 2.
Yeah. Well, like I started saying before, was that like it's a tough one for me because like I really do love the Jumanji with Robin Williams. Like probably my favorite thing is just David Alan Greer as the cop just running around getting freaked out by everything that's going on. Like when the plant comes down and literally takes away his whole cop car and like crushes it and like just him just freaking out. And what's his name? The Jonathan Hyde that is the like hunter guy going around and like hunting humans and stuff, and Van Pelt. But yeah, I think it's a fun time. But yeah, Clerks 2. Like one of these days, I want to do an actual ranking of the whole View Askew universe because this one ranks pretty high for me, like top 3 or 4, and definitely number 1 out of any Clerks movie. Because I have seen all 3, and they are all pretty good. But I think Clerks just has like kind of ups the ante from the first one, and just add some more cast members, some more like funny lines, and then you take it back full circle with Clerks 3. But for me, I got to go Clerks 2 over Jumanji. So yeah, but Jacob.
Yeah, you guys can give me all the crap you want for not watching movies, but when it comes up to a matchup of a movie I've seen and the movie I haven't seen, it just makes voting really easy. So there is like no stress for me at all. It's not tough. Jumanji.
Yeah.
Stephen, what
someday
did
you
you
got to get on those
what did
Clerks
you
movies.
say
They're
again?
actually
Oh, I voted for Clerks too.
Yeah, which means Clerks is moving on.
so. All right, Clerks 2. All right, sounds good. Let's see. We got The Mask. There it is, going up against the Batman. All right.
This is an interesting match.
Yeah, and see, we actually can have fairly recent movies. I mean, not as recent as me, where I put a movie out 2 days after it was released. But JPO, what do you think?
Well, also, this is a good new movie.
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I saw The Mask when it first came out, so it always kind of creeped me out. It's my least favorite of that year. It's still good, but I really dug the Batman here. So maybe this might be a recency bias, but I really dug the Batman. I'm interested in visiting Gotham again in that world. So I'm gonna go the Batman.
Yeah. Malcolm, what do you think?
So, JP, are you saying Top Gun Maverick isn't a good movie then?
What? Oh no, I was trying to make fun of Jordan with Jurassic World Dominion or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's a
you tried that
decent
on there,
movie, but
It's
Let people like what they
of-
like.
of all time. Hey, Jacob, go watch more movies. Of all time,
Yeah.
Dominion. Come on.
Of all time, maybe. I don't know.
You were high on that
Might not show us
dinosaur.
well,
next time, but-
anyway, I might be high. I'll never say. But yeah, I like The Mask. The Batman is one of those ones that I thought it was good. I don't think it needed to be 3 hours long. But that's not like there's a whole bunch of stuff that I probably could have trimmed out of it. But yeah, but I really love The Mask though, so I'm gonna go The Mask.
Yeah. Richie, what do you think?
Look, I think the 3 hour it earns a 3 hour runtime. Look, I felt it risked by. My ass still felt great. But yeah, no, I usually, as a general rule, I don't like putting it. I wouldn't put something on my top 128 that came out the year we're in, but I had to make an exception here because the Batman blew me away. I thought it was really, really good. I just love the way the story is told. I love the look of it. I love the way they use the soundtrack, especially like that Nirvana song, Something in the Way. I think it fits perfectly. I think Robert Pattinson's a great Batman. I think Zoe Kravitz is a great Catwoman, or Selena Kyle. I think Colin Farrell kills it as a Penguin. Paul Dano is amazing as a Riddler. Andy Serkis is really good. I really enjoy this movie. But yeah, The Mask is just a childhood favorite. I feel like it's Jim Carrey. Like, you couldn't get anybody better than Jim Carrey did this. I think it's a role he was born to play, and I think it's great, and he's I think he's fun in it. And yeah, it's the first time you see Cameron Diaz, and she's pretty good in the movie too. And I mean, like if it was gonna be totally based, it would have been interesting if they just kind of kept true to the comics on The Mask, because it would have been way more adult, because the comics are very dark. But yeah, I do. I love The Mask, but I'm gonna go the Batman here.
Yeah. There's definitely like a longer discussion to be had in another time about the Batman, because like there's things that I absolutely love about it, but then there's things that I think are a little kind of not so good about it, so it's just kind of weird. Like there's things that are like a 10 out of 10 and things that aren't that great. Like I'm not so big on the third act. I think it's kind of like weird and like when the whole Gotham floods and everything. And then also like I wish we would have gotten more Bruce Wayne and Alfred stuff. And then I also didn't really buy John Turturro as Carmine Falcone. I thought he was kind of like weird. It strike me as intimidating. But beyond that, though, I think everything else is great. Like my favorite thing is Colin Farrell's performance as the Penguin. I think he just killed it and like knocked it out of the park. And yeah, like I'm excited to see what they have next for the Batman, because all those things I mentioned, they're pretty nitpicky. It's not like it's gonna knock my score of it down that much. And I always like to kind of repeat this little story about the Mask. Just like the quick version is that when it came out, I was supposed to see it in theaters at a birthday party with some friends, and it was sold out. So we saw it In the Army Now with Pauly Shore. So that was the alternative. So, but yeah, I'm gonna go with the Batman here. Pretty easy. So, yeah, but Jacob,
I love the Batman. It's really good. It's my number 5 of the year so far. But the Mask, it's in my 128 as well. So for right now, just based on longevity, and I've seen it more. I'm gonna go with the Mask, but I wouldn't be surprised somewhere down the road I would be switching my vote and going with the Batman over the Mask.
yeah, and shout out to my friend Michelle in the chat. She says that you should always that Batman always wins, but maybe not in Batman and Robin, but like any other time. So, but Steven, what do you think?
I like the Batman. I only saw it once so far, so I don't know. Maybe I'll like it more on a second watch, because I also have issues with the third act. Although I disagree about John Turturro. I think John Turturro is fantastic in the movie. But yeah, I've seen The Mask more. I love The Mask. It's party time, PARTY, because I gotta. So The Mask.
Classic.
It's for me, even though obviously the Batman still moves forward.
And we have a tie, and it goes to JPO.
Yeah, it's a tie. So JPO.
Let's go with the Batman.
Yeah, it's got a Batman. Moving on. All right. And then we got Molly's Game going against Looper. All
This is a tough one. I love both of these movies.
This one's tough, yeah. And who's up first now? Do you remember?
It should be Malcolm.
Okay, Malcolm. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I only saw Molly's Game for the first time this year, and I think it's great. I mean, I like Looper. I'm just not a big fan of it, so I'm gonna go Molly's Game.
Yeah. Richie, what do you think?
Yeah, Molly's Game is really good. Yeah, great performance all around. Like Aaron Sorkin, directorial debut, I think, and total debut. Yeah, it's fantastic. Yeah, I think this is one of Jessica Chastain's best performances. I just love the story. It's one of Michael Cera's best performances. I think he was really good in this movie. And I it's one I go back to a lot. I think the writing is amazing. But Looper sticks with me, man. It's just a great sci-fi action movie. I think so. One where I fully, I first sort of took huge notice of Emily Blunt. I thought she was really, really good. One of the better. We don't hear about him anymore because I don't know. Maybe he went to just other stuff that I don't even know his name or anything. But it's one of the best child performances. Like that kid is amazing in this movie. I think this was probably Yeah, one of Bruce, it was Bruce Willis's a great Bruce Willis performance before he went to do directed DVD stuff. So yeah, just tough. But I'm gonna go Molly's Game.
Yeah, that kid from it, his name's Pearson Gagnon, and I don't really know recognize much of anything he's done when I'm looking at it. So I mean, he was in like some voice work and like a TV show, Extant, I guess, but I still have not seen Molly's Game, and I'm a big fan of Aaron Sorkin, so actually, like for whatever reason, I keep meaning to watch it and I forget about it and just get distracted with other things. I wrote it on my hand this time. Watch Molly's Game; it's on there, so so that'll be my reminder. I might even watch it after this, maybe, so depending how late this goes. But and Looper's great though. I think that it's a cool concept. Ryan Johnson, right? Is that right? And yeah, like just a like cool story of just like the younger self like fighting your older self, and it actually works with these two actors there like really, really well. So yeah, I think I'll go Looper, mostly because I haven't seen Molly's Game, but also Looper is great. So Jacob.
Again, it's really easy when I've only seen one of the movies. So I'm going to go with Looper.
Yeah. Steven.
You're muted.
Muted.
This is tough because I do love both of these movies. And I'm a sucker for a great time travel movie, and this is great. Looper is great. But I'm going to go with Aaron Sorkin over Ryan Johnson and go with Molly's Game. Not only great Jessica Chastain performance, it always seems like people always forget to talk about how great Idris Elba is in this movie. And although I think he's only in one scene, Kevin Costner is great in that one scene as well.
Oh yeah.
So I'm going with Molly's Game.
Okay, interesting. He's on the poster, Kevin Costner, but I guess he's only in one scene. But JPO, what do you think?
It's tough. I really dug Molly's Game more than I thought I would, but I shouldn't have been surprised. Aaron Sorkin, I don't think has made a bad movie yet. He's turned out to be a really great director as well. We've already mentioned some of the great performances here. I'll give this slight edge to Looper just because maybe it's more my kind of alley. I love kind of like a little bit of sci-fi, a little bit of intrigue. So, JGL's my boy. Great side performances as well. Garrett Dillahunt's a great character actor that's not saying enough, and Ryan Johnson I think is a great director. I'm looking forward to I think we're doing Knives Out 2 on Thanksgiving Day.
Nice. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go see like a movie marathon this weekend and see Knives Out. Yeah, so
Nice.
But yeah, so we have another tie. Is that what? Right?
We do have another tie, and it goes to me.
Oh, so
and I'm going to kill the future self of Looper, so Molly's Game moves on.
Oh, all right. Molly's Game. Sounds good. Sounds good. We have the other guys. Vince Jane, Silent Bob Strike Back.
No.
Yeah. This time it is Richie up first.
Yep.
Yeah. I just think the other guys is kind of underrated. It's probably the better collaboration of Ryan Reynolds, Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell. I just love their chemistry. I just love the one-liners in this. I think Steve Coogan's great in this movie. I like the start of the movie with the Rock and Sam Jackson, and where they jump off the building and miss. That always gets me every time.
Classic.
Yeah. Will Ferrell, refusing to admit that he's got a hot wife. I like that running joke there. That's pretty funny. I just think it's great. But and Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back again, a great road comedy. One of my favorite Kevin Smith movies. Actually, two Will Ferrell movies because Will Ferrell's in this one too. But all the cameos are fantastic. And yeah. So I guess like the one I'd go back to more is Jay and Silent Bob straight back because I own it. So I'll go Jay and Bob.
Yeah. This one's interesting. Yeah, because I've only seen Jane Silent Bob Strike Back one time. I probably need to rewatch it because is really really good. And yeah, like I mean, anytime those guys get together, Jason Mewes and Kevin Smith, those guys. I mean, I'll watch it anytime. And the other guys I have seen multiple times, and yeah, it holds up for me. Like I think that's pretty solid. Yeah, like pretty much all the scenes you said, Richie, are like all the go-to ones, and then I'll just add Michael Keaton playing the like kind of a-hole like police chief guy who like, is pretty good. So I think I'll probably just because I probably need to watch Jane Silent Bob another time, so I'll go with the other guys. Jacob.
I feel like a broken record at this point if I just say it again. So I'll just vote for the other guys and keep my reason to myself.
Sure. That works. Steven, what do you think?
This actually isn't that difficult for me. I enjoyed the other guys, especially Michael Keaton as the boss. But Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back is one of the funniest movies to me. I love that movie. Especially the third act with the whole stuff in the studio and Goodwill Hunting 2 scene. I mean,
Yeah.
so I definitely got to go with Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Yeah. Well, Jordan, what do you think?
This one's hard because you're going with two pretty funny comedies here. Other guys has a great cast, but Jay and Silent Bob, I think, since it's just comedies, I think it makes me laugh a little bit more. It's the one I go to more, even recently. So the one with Will Ferrell on the poster gets my vote.
Okay. Well, which one?
No, Jay and Silent Bob.
Jay and
Yeah,
Bob.
Jay
Will
and
Ferrell's
Bob.
not.
Yeah.
Yeah, Will Ferrell's not on the post for Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Yes, he is. He's the first one. on the
That's a
left.
joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Joke. Malcolm, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I love the other guys, but yeah, I've got to go Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. I think it's my favorite viewer skew movie, and yeah, so Strike Back.
Excuse me, I had to mute it there. I sneezed, but yeah. So I think it'll be Jane Silent Bob, right?
Yep.
That all right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Up next we got Happy Gilmore up against Searching. All right. Frick, these are like all movies that I love, except for a few I haven't seen besides this. But
This is how Happy would react if his daughter was taken. Why won't you go home? Just go home. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Are you too good for your home? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This one's tough because this is going. This is my second favorite Adam Sandler comedy besides Billy Madison, but Searching really surprised me. Like both these movies are in my 128, so it's. And I saw the trailer for the new Searching 2, like that came out recently, and it looks good. I mean, I don't know if it's gonna hold up to this one, but I mean, it does look pretty good. So, I think I'll give some love to Searching because the movie just surprised me so much. So, yeah, Searching. Jacob.
Finally, a matchup of two movies that I've seen.
Yes.
You're welcome.
An Adam Sandler comedy that I actually enjoy. Happy Gilmore is the superior 90s Adam Sandler comedy, in my opinion. But Searching, it was one of those movies where I went into it with low expectations, and I came out of it just absolutely loving the movie. I revisit it from time to time. It's in my personal 128, so I'm going to go with Searching. But Happy Gilmore is great.
Yeah. Steven, what do you think?
I'm going to play Jacob for this round and vote for the one that I have seen, Happy Gilmore.
Yeah, sounds good, Jacob.
Highly recommend searching.
Jacob.
This is so hard because it's tomatoes versus potatoes.
Yeah.
Do you want a really funny comedy? Do you want a more intricate, family drama that uses a unique kind of shooting method too that actually works for it? Something that I didn't like on paper but ended up really liking. I guess I just can't go against the Sandman. I'm gonna go Happy Gilmore.
Yeah, sounds good. Malcolm, what do you think?
So first off, JPO, which movie is potatoes and which one is tomatoes?
The first one is grape juice. The second one is fruit punch.
Yeah. Okay.
But anyway, like
Which juice comes from the potato?
I do enjoy both these movies. I really need to sort of rework my rewatch a lot of Adam Sandler movies because a lot of them I either don't remember or don't remember liking as much as others. But Searching is in my personal 128, so I'm gonna go Searching.
Yeah. And being from Idaho, I would drink potato juice over tomato juice anytime. Even though that sounds weird, but Richie, what do you think?
Yeah, Searching this movie, like I don't think it had much sort of like promotion or hype around it when it came out. No, I think I was just bored. My cousins aren't the movies, I watched this, and yeah, usually I don't. I mean, they've tried the concept before with kind of like with Unfriended, that wasn't great. So I was a bit trepidatious, but yeah, it blew me away, and I think it's a great the acting, like powerhouse performance by John Cho. I would have made an argument that he could have been nominated for Best Actor. I think he's fantastic in this role. And it's just a great concept. Deborah Messing is really good in this movie too. But yeah, and Happy Gilmore is just a childhood favorite. Yeah, just really quotable. Great sports comedy. Yeah. I think at the end of the day, I'm gonna go Searching.
Ooh, all right. Yeah, and then Searching it is.
Is potato juice a thing?
I don't think it is a thing. No, not really. It's usually like dirty water that comes out of there. Weird, but yeah.
Look, if they can make
next,
corn cocktail flavored chips, then I think potato juice could be a thing.
Yeah, right. And also, I was gonna say for John Cho, like I've been on a bit of a John Cho kick because I'm 4 episodes into the Cowboy Bebop series on Netflix. I never watched it when it first came out, and like I don't get the criticism. I think it's great, so I would actually recommend that to people. But
did you watch the animated Cowboy Bebop when it was a thing?
No, I never saw that, so maybe that's why.
So like you're probably liking it because you're not comparing it to the animated one.
Yeah, I was in the same boat. I've seen a little bit of the anime, but I did like the live action.
Yeah, like I'm a fan when they bring anime to live action, but I'm not a fan of actual anime. That's just me.
Yeah, I'm pretty much the same.
Yeah, but we got MI3 up against JA3, so.
You don't want to say ass this time?
Jackass, yeah, I'll say it. But I believe we're back.
Richie was the last one that went, so it's put you to start, Jordan.
Oh, then I want to skip myself. Yeah, which third movie do I like better? Probably MI3, I think. So I'll just go with that. Jacob?
I've seen the first 2 Mission Impossible movies. I need to get to the rest of the series. It's a big blind spot of mine. So I will go with the other number 3.
It keeps getting better, baby.
Yeah.
That's what I hear.
Sure.
I'm excited to get to them.
Yeah.
You've seen the worst.
I also hear that.
I know so many people say that about 2, but I love 2.
Yeah. It's fun. Yeah.
It's so loud.
Mission Impossible 3 is actually probably my favorite of the Mission Impossible movies because it was directed by J.J. Abrams, and one of my favorite TV shows of all time is Alias, and Mission Impossible 3 often feels like a big screen version of Alias. I mean, the Vatican sequence felt like it could have been on an episode of Alias. I think I remember even reading that JJ even said that it was something he wanted to do on Alias, but he never had the time and the budget for it. So he did it for Mission Impossible 3. So
Nice.
I'm gonna go with Mission Impossible 3.
Yeah, sounds good. JPO, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, same sentiments before as I said about Jackass. Mission Impossible 3, great villain in the late Philip Seymour Hoffman. Decent flick. You kind of start to see where it's going to go. No, though not completely, as it kind of gets more and more into a bigger budget movie with the fourth, fifth, and sixth one. But 3 is pretty decent. So I'm going to go with Mission Impossible 3.
Yeah. Malcolm, what do you think?
Have the opinions changed on Jackass since the last turn?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. True.
I was
Yeah.
just about to say, take what I said about Jackass, apply it to Jackass 3. I'm going to go Mission Impossible 3.
Yeah. You haven't come around to him yet. Yeah. Richie.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I like Jackass 3 is my favorite one. There's a scene where Wee Man and some other chick are in a bar, and then they get into a fight with other sort of little people, and then the police come and arrest them, and then they're little people, and then the ambulance comes, the paramedics are little people. I howled with laughter when I first saw that. I was like, I was genuinely concerned for myself at how much I was laughing. But I just think the third one is where they kind of put it all together, and I think it's the better one. However, yeah, MI3. I think MI3 has become underrated now. It's one of my favorites. So, given everyone that's come out, MI3 is still one of my favorite Mission Impossible movies. I think it's fantastic. I think Philip Seymour Hoffman is one of the better villains I've seen in film. He's so good, so good. J.J. Abrams does a good job here. So I will go MI3.
Yeah. Well, it'll be Mission Impossible 3. But a fun fact, I actually have gone in a bar with Wee Man before, because for whatever reason, like, I don't go to bars that much because I don't drink really. I just go with friends when they do. And he came to Boise, Idaho, of all places, and was going bar hopping, and just like put out on his social media, hey, I'm going bar hopping, come say hi, or like whatever. So yeah, that was cool. But up next we got Mortal Kombat up against Final Destination 2. All right. Second.
Ooh, this one's tough.
Yeah, we're down to Jacob. What do you think?
This is an interesting matchup. Again, I don't know if I've seen Final Destination 2. I feel like I watched them at some point, and I just don't remember them.
Did you see both Arlie Larders?
What?
Yeah.
Arlie Larder. Did you see both of her movies?
Final Destination 2 is the logging truck one.
Oh, I've seen it. Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Jacob's like, he's speaking English. What's an Ali Larder?
Ali Larder. Yeah. Remember her from Heroes, from that show?
Oh, yeah.
You know, I have a lot of fun with Mortal Kombat, so let's go with Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. Steven.
This is so tough because Final Destination 2 is my favorite of the Final Destination movies. But Mortal Kombat is also a really fun movie as well.
Is it your favorite of the Mortal Kombat movies?
Well, I actually haven't seen the recent reboot.
Oh, cool.
Oh.
We'll know your answer for when it comes up then.
So it is on here, huh? But I saw the opening scene of that movie, and I never like fake CGI looking blood.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Final Destination 2.
Yeah. JPO.
Yeah, interesting one. Mortal Kombat. You can have a lot of fun with it if you just go for it, man. But yeah, I'm gonna go towards Final Destination 2. It's a good sequel. I think it still holds up actually pretty well too. So Final Destination 2 will get my vote.
Yeah. Malcolm, what do you think?
Yeah, very quickly, I'm going to vote for the movie I've seen out of these two, and that's Final Destination 2.
Oh, you haven't seen that Mortal Kombat. Dang. Richie.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat is so dumb, but it's a good kind of dumb. I love how stupid it is, but yeah, if you can embrace that stupid, you can have a really good time. Even when this came out and I was young, I realized it was stupid, but man, I didn't care. It was the characters I love being portrayed on the big screen, and yeah, so it's dumb, but yeah, I still maintain it's one of the best video game movies ever made. And I'm including Sonic in that.
Yeah.
Final Destination 2, I think it's one of my favorite Final Destination movie. It's actually second best, ironically. But yeah, it's I think it's fantastic. Yeah, and it's a really good rewatch. So, this is really tough. I'll go Final Destination 2.
Yeah. Yeah, like I really dig both these movies. I think that the Final Destination 2 kind of takes what the first one did and just kind of steps it up like a good sequel should. I think it's one of those few ones where the sequel is better than the first, and so I have a good time with it. But man, Mortal Kombat just gets me like so pumped up. Like I have so much fun with it. I remember that I did a rewatch a few months back. I was working out while I was watching, just had it on the TV, and when the Mortal Kombat song kicks in and the like fight scene happened, and you're just like Mortal Kombat, like I just like cranked it up as loud as it could go, and like it gave me like a second win, like I was on the treadmill. I was just like, I'm gonna run forever, like I have like infinite strength, and just because of this song, like it just really got me pumped up, and I was having fun with it. So yeah, and also a little bit of a fun fact that the movie has Brigitte Wilson in it who plays Sonya Blade. I just ordered a Brigitte Wilson shirt, but it's not from this movie. It's from Billy Madison, where she says like doing like that is correct, where she's looking all like sexy, like about to like take the shirt off. So I found that shirt online. So I'm like, yes, I'm a big Billy Madison fan. I'll get that. So yeah, but I'm gonna vote for Mortal Kombat here. So, Jacob.
It's 4-2 for Final Destination 2.
That's right. You went first. Okay. So, Final Destination. Cool. We got 8 Mile going up against Bridesmaids. Okay.
Weird match.
Kind of interesting matchup. Oh, yeah. Steven, I guess you're first. So, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Bridesmaids. I think it's the better movie.
Yeah. JPO.
I wish you had thought about that a little bit longer. It's an interesting choice here. I like 8 Mile. I really like Bridesmaids. I will also continue to vote for Bridesmaids. I think completely it's a little bit more together. So I'm going to go Bridesmaids.
Yeah. Malcolm.
Yeah, 8 Mile is one of the top 12 dramas of the 2000s, and it doesn't have Melissa McCarthy in it. Bridesmaids has Melissa McCarthy in it. 8 Mile.
Sure, yeah. Richie, what do you think?
Hey, you've been a defender of Melissa McCarthy before. Anyway, it's all good.
I like some Melissa McCarthy movies.
Yeah,
Bridesmaids is-
No, not totally. Yeah, like I will say, like I saw Bridesmaids towards the end of its cinematic run here in Australia because, honestly, the trailers. If you look at the trailer sucks. So I was like, looking for, I'm like, it was so about. I think I was bored one day. I'm like, oh, I'll give it a shot, and I'm glad it did because it's really good. It's really fun. Yeah, great. Yeah, sort of great coming out party here for Melissa McCarthy, just and great one-liners. I think the scene where Kristen Wiig is drunk on an airplane still holds up. It's really funny. 8 Mile, 8 Mile's a great drama. Yeah. I mean, I understand why Eminem doesn't want to do acting much anymore. Yeah, and I mean that's understandable, but he's phenomenal here. It's just I didn't know he had that performance in him. He's fantastic. He's got great chemistry with Brittany Murphy, and just hearing the sort of and I watched this when I was a kid. There was one point where I thought I was cool and I was going to be a rapper, so this was almost inspirational. It turns out that I'm not very good, which is kind of a very that's kind of a bit of a brick wall when you want to actually do something. You got to be good at it, apparently. But but I think 8 Mile's really good. I'll go 8 Mile.
Yeah. This one's interesting because like 8 Mile is great. Like I really love 8 Mile, but I also really love Bridesmaids, and like I mean I'm a huge Eminem fan. Like I'll listen to like any music that he puts out, freestyle or just like his studio stuff, any of that stuff. Like it's always like really, really solid. One of those rappers that like 99% of anything he puts out is going to be a banger. So but Bridesmaid really surprised me, despite being another movie where freaking Melissa McCarthy is in the same movie with her husband Ben Falcone, because he's in there as the like air marshal guy or whatever.
He's not an air marshal, although he's an air marshal.
Yeah, right. And like mostly why I like this movie, just for all the other cast. Like I think that the rest of the cast are pretty solid, especially the Kristen Wiig and the Chris O'Dowd stuff. I really like that. That's some of my favorite stuff. And I just watched the movie Locke for the very first time recently, and I swear that the voice on the end of the phone that he's talking to for half the movie is Chris O'Dowd, because it sounds like him. I don't know if it is, but it sure sounds like him. But but yeah, so I think I got to edge it out to Bridesmaids here. So yeah, I'll go Bridesmaids. Jacob, I think I know where you're going, but what do you think?
Oh yeah, this is 8 Mile for me easily. It's in one of my favorite movies. I love it. I've seen it countless times. It's great.
Yeah. So I think it's going to be 8 Mile, right?
It's a tie, and it goes to Richie.
Okay. Oh, okay. Richie,
It goes to me. 8 Mile.
All right, 8 Mile it is. Sounds good.
And Chris O'Dowd is not in Locke.
All right, we got. Okay, because it sure sounds like him. I don't know, but I guess it's not. But we got Wes Craven's New Nightmare going up against What We Do in the Shadows. So a couple, horror-ish. I mean, Movie in the Shadows, horror adjacent.
I know you guys love What We Do in the Shadows, so this is going to be disappointing to me, I think.
Yeah. Well, you're up. Is it Steven first, or is it JPO? Where we're at? I think it's Steven, right?
Yeah, Steven.
Yeah, okay. Steven. All right. So you are up first. What do you think?
Well, once again, one of these I've seen, one of these I haven't, but the one that I've seen I really love, and that, of course, is Wes Craven's New Nightmare.
Yeah. You just met a bunch of the cast at a convention, didn't you?
Well, actually, that was the cast of Dream Warriors, but I did meet Robert Englund.
Nice.
And Heather Langenkamp.
Nice. Well, JPO, what do you think?
Damn, because I got a lot of love for a New Nightmare. I don't think we'd have Scream without it. It's an interesting, unique concept, good way to bring back Freddy in a different way. It is slow at points, though. What We Do in the Shadows it's a banger, as the cool kids say. It's really funny. I enjoyed it so much. I mean to rewatch it, actually. I've only seen it the ones and then bits and pieces here and there. So I'm going to do What We Do in the Shadows.
Yeah. Malcolm, what do you say?
Yeah, this is tough for me because New Nightmare is my favorite of the Nightmare on Elm Street series,
Mm.
but What We Do in the Shadows just holds a special place in my heart. So, um,
Yeah.
and I mean, this is one of those cases I can't do the logic of they both appeared a lot of times in October because they both were around a few tournament fights at the end. I'm going to go What We Do in the Shadows, but yeah, I wouldn't be too upset about it.
Yeah. Sounds good. Richie, what do you think?
Yeah, I like. Obviously, I love both these movies. Otherwise, it wouldn't be on the list. But yeah, I love New Nightmare. I love the meta-ness of it. But yeah, and I think it's one of my favorite of the franchise. Well, it is my favorite of the franchise, and then the other ones are on here. But yeah, what we do. Hang on. Oh. That's better. What we do in the shadows is it's sort of just a great concept for a comedy. And just it's a really it's a kind of really where like New Zealand humor as well goes to shine, and I think it comes across really well. I love everything about it, so I'll go What We Do in the Shadows.
Yeah, for me, like it's just hard to vote against my boy Taika Waititi. Like he's my favorite director. I just really dig his style of humor. Like I know some people like if Austin was here, maybe he's a little maybe like thinks he's a little overplayed or overdone. But like I mean, just bring it on. Bring me all the Taika Waititi. I'm excited for his new Time Bandits series. So I will pretty easily vote What We Do in the Shadows. I do like New Nightmare. Like it is good, but I'm just way higher on What We Do in the Shadows. So yeah, but Jacob.
Yeah, I still haven't seen What We Do in the Shadows. Despite all the praise it gets on these shows. So I will go with New Nightmare.
Yeah. Do we have another tie? Or...
What We Do in the Shadows moves on.
Okay. What We Do in the Shadows. Okay. Sounds good.
And I mean, if Austin was
there,
there,
you'll be voting
side,
for.
We were just so close to getting out Freddy versus Jason at one point on that side of the bracket.
Yeah. Right. But Austin does though. Like he really likes What We Do in the Shadows as far as Taika goes. So.
Yeah.
But, we got Paths of we got Paths of Glory up against Parasite. Okay. And it'll be JPO first. So, what do you think?
This time I gotta take a shot. The one I've seen, Parasite.
Yeah. Malcolm.
Yeah, I haven't seen Paths of Glory. I've heard it's really good. But I'm also going to go Parasite.
Yeah. Richie, what do you think?
Yeah, Paths of Glory is a fantastic war movie. It's very confronting, but it's really, really good. Kirk Douglas is fantastic in this movie. And the ending will, the ending's really gut punching. I do recommend it to people that I'm not really guy that watches a lot of old stuff. At least I wasn't that type of person. So, but yeah, Paths of Glory is fantastic. Parasite blew me away with though too. I was sort of ready. The cynical part of me was already to go. Oh, well, this is overpraised. I don't get it. But no, this movie's fantastic. This movie's fantastic. It blew me away. So I'll go Parasite.
Yeah. I'll have to take a shot as well because I have not seen Paths of Gloria. I heard really good things. For some reason, I didn't even realize there was a Stanley Kubrick movie, but I looked it up and it's Stanley Kubrick. So, I mean, that's a good sign right there. So I'll watch it like probably sooner than later. But yeah, Parasite is great. Like I saw it 3 times in theaters. Like right when it came into a Blu-ray, I went and bought it. I've watched it multiple times since I've owned it. Like it's just really, really solid. One of those movies where like I feel like maybe like less people have seen it, so I always want to turn attention to it. So I always introduce it to new friends and family that haven't seen it. So yeah, it's really really solid. So I got to go Parasite. Jacob.
Yeah, another easy one. Haven't seen Path of Glory, so I'm gonna go with Parasite. Another one that's in my
Yeah.
128. I am noticing we have a few crossovers, Richie.
Yeah, same here. But Steven?
So I've only seen like 5 or 6 Stanley Kubrick movies, and actually, Paths of Glory is one of them.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a good movie. I liked it. And I liked Parasite as well. I think Parasite, I don't know if I would say. I'll give the slight edge to Parasite, but I think they're both solid movies.
Yeah. Well, I think it's going to be Parasite. So.
Yep, clean sweep for Parasite. I believe.
Overwhelmingly. Yeah, clean sweep. All right. So we got the wrestler going up against lucky number 11.
Okay, I know where this is going.
Yeah, probably, but you never know. Malcolm, you're up first.
I've actually never heard of lucky number 11.
Really? Oh.
I'm just double checking something. I think if it's
It's called The Wrong Man in Australia and New Zealand.
That's why I've never heard of lucky number 11.
Okay, that's why. Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, I have fun with The Wrong Man. I think it's good, but The Wrestler is the number one drama of the 2000s according to Rankin on Sunday. So The Wrestler.
Yeah,
which is the definitive
sounds
list.
good. Yeah. Richie.
Yeah, I love lucky number 7 or The Wrong Man, as it were. Yeah, I just said I love the twists and turns. I love I love the storytelling here. Great sort of almost final performance for Josh Hartnett before he kind of took an extended break. Bruce Willis is really good in it, and yeah, I think Morgan Freeman and Ben Kingsley both play sort of good bad guys. But yeah, if it went up against something else, then I might nominate it to move forward. But it's going up against The Wrestler, unfortunately. Like what can we say more can we say about The Wrestler? I think it's fantastic. I think it nails sort of like the wrestling, especially back in that time period. I think Mickey Rourke delivers one of the better performances I've ever seen. So I got to go to The Wrestler, but much love to lucky number 7.
Yeah. Fun fact about lucky number 11 is that you look up some information about. It says lucky number 11, also known as the Wrong Man in Australia, the Seven Affair in Spain, Hitman for Hire in Mexico, and Checkmate in Brazil. So it's got like a ton of different titles. So, yeah. So, but the movie's a lot of fun though. My ex introduced me to this movie, and it's one of the better Josh Hartnett performances too. Like I think he's pretty solid in this because like Josh Hartnett's like pretty hit and miss. That there's some things I love in and other things not so much. So, but yeah, it's got a solid cast all around. So, and with the wrestler, the wrestler's just so good. Like man, it's one of those movies I've probably seen it like 4 or 5 times, and it holds up every time. It almost gets better every time. So yeah, I gotta go with the wrestler. Jacob.
I wonder which way I'm going.
I don't know.
I'm going with the wrestler. It's pretty easy. I haven't seen Lucky #11.
Yeah. Yeah. Steven?
The Wrestler is the better movie. I'm glad it's moving on, but I'm going to show some love for lucky number 11 because I did enjoy that quite a bit.
Yeah. And JPO.
Yeah, I've been meaning to rewatch Lucky Number 7 because I do have a couple of friends that really swear by it, but I liked it, but I didn't love it the first time. The Wrestler is a great movie here. Not that there's a big stacked list, but it's definitely one of, if not the best, pro wrestling movie out there here. But in a sad, tragic way. But great performance by Rourke and his daughter Evan Rachel Wood absolutely kill it, and Marissa Tomei. So I gotta go The Wrestler.
Yeah, and for us old fogies, Jacob, we lucky pound sign Slevin. Remember back in the day when we called it a pound sign? But
Why are you moving Lucky Number 7?
I clicked on it, and once my fingers down, like it like you just kind of had to do something with it for a second. So, but yeah, The Wrestler. But we got Skyfall up against the Rundown.
Aww.
Yeah, and Richie, you're up first.
Okay, god damn it. I've said before, The Rundown is The Rock's best, still his best movie, which is saying something because he's a way better actor now. But yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
This just works for him. It works for him in a lot of ways. I think it's the perfect role for him at the time. He has great chemistry with Sean William Scott, and Rosario Dawson, Christopher Walken. Yeah, it's just a fun action comedy. I love it so much. Skyfall is one of my favorite, not just my favorite Daniel Craig Bond movies, but my favorite, one of my favorite Bond movies ever. I just think everything works here. I think Javier Bardem is a great villain. I love the intro, the theme by Adele. I think it really works. Very Diamonds Are Forever vibes to it. I think it's fantastic. But just because I might know where this is going, I'll go The Rundown.
Yeah. Yeah, this one's kind of interesting because The Rundown's great. Like I saw it a couple times in theaters because I remember that like one of my friends at the time went and saw the Rundown, and then we're just hanging out. And we're like, "What do you want to go do?" He's like, "I kind of want to go see The Rundown again. You want to go see that again?" I'm like, "Sure, why not? That was good." We went and saw it a second time. So usually when I see something multiple times, it's either by myself or with people who haven't seen it. Not the same group of like we've all seen it, but we all just want to see it again. So yeah, we did that. But yeah, Skyfall is just awesome. It's the close call between the Skyfall and GoldenEye for me, but this one probably edges it out just a little bit, especially with all the callbacks that you have to like a lot of the like original things. Like you got his original Aston Martin, and he's going back to like his childhood home, and there's some cool stuff there. So like for like big Bond fans, like if you're more of a diehard fan, there's a lot of callbacks and like things you can pick out from a lot of different James Bond movies. So I'll go with Skyfall. Jacob?
Haven't seen either. I don't know why I haven't seen The Rundown yet. And you know what? I think I might watch The Rundown before I watch Skyfall, so I'll go with The Rundown.
Yeah. Well, I imagine you probably have like quite a few James Bond movies before you get to Skyfall.
About 20 of them.
To watch. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I've seen like 5 or 6 of them.
Yeah. But Steven?
I love The Rundown. It is also my favorite movie from The Rock. It's just so much fun. But I can't go against Skyfall. It's my favorite Bond movie as well. So yeah, I gotta go with Skyfall.
And also shout out Ernie Reyes Jr. in there from Surf Ninjas and like TMNT 2. Like him and do something for a while when this movie came out. So but JPO.
Jordan, wake up.
Wake up.
Was he really
make up?
or
I don't know.
No, Skyfall, good movie, Rundown, love it. It's also, I heard you people. It's Rundown, also one of my favorites, if not my favorite.
You people.
You people, you heard me. I'll say it again. So I'm also gonna vote for the Rundown.
Yeah.
Wow, so it's a tie.
Yeah.
Hey,
Well,
I
actually,
haven't voted
Malcolm-
yet. I haven't
yeah.
voted yet.
Yeah.
I thought everyone did.
It could be a
No,
tie, maybe. We'll
Richie
see.
started, so
Uh,
yeah. Yeah, The Rundown is a good movie, or as it's known in Australia and New Zealand, Welcome to the Jungle.
Oh, wow.
Which makes things confusing when talking about Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
But yeah, I really love Skyfall. It's probably my favorite Bond. Next year, I'm probably going to do a rewatch of the whole series now that they're all on Amazon Prime. Yeah, so I'm going to go Skyfall. So
Yeah.
it actually is
so
a
I guess
tie.
it
It goes to Jordan.
Oh, this? Okay. Well, it goes to me, and like it's almost tempting to flip flop my vote, but I don't know. Skyfall's just so good, so I gotta go Skyfall. If we're talking about like maybe like almost any other Bond, I could flip flop it, but not my favorite one. Then we have Foxcatcher up against Knives Out. Okay. All right. And is it me first? I think it's me first.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And
it is.
yeah, this one's interesting because like both of these have things I love and things I don't love so much. So, I don't know. You know what? Just because I don't think Foxcatcher, maybe it's been on here like one other time, and Knives Out shows up way more. So I'm gonna give some love to Foxcatcher. For me, this is just me personally. Like Knives Out was pretty predictable. I predicted it. So I'm like, well, Chris Evans' like biggest role since Captain America, and I kind of saw the clues like pointing to him. So I'm like, okay, but I mean, but not for everyone. Like I know a lot of people were surprised. So, but I'll go Foxcatcher because it's just really unique, especially for like those three that you see there on the poster. Like they all gave really unique performances. Some like creepy ones, especially Steve Carell and even Channing Tatum. So to an extent. So yeah, I'll vote Foxcatcher. Jacob.
Yeah, no, keep these matchups coming of movies I've seen against movies I haven't seen. I love an easy vote, and it's an easy vote for Knives Out. I'm looking forward to Glass Onion when it comes to Netflix.
Yeah, sounds good. Steven.
Muted.
Oh, muted.
He actually looks pretty frozen to me.
Oh, yeah.
no.
Oh, yeah. Maybe he's frozen. Well, Steven, when you come back out of cryo freeze or whatever, we'll get your vote. But
yeah, he definitely froze.
What do you think? Yeah.
This is an interesting. Shut up. This is an interesting matchup here. Steve Carell's so good, man. I'm on a Carell high. I just feel like the dude can do most of anything here. Channing Tatum's kind of undersung in this movie too, but Knives Out.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna go Knives Out again. It's a little bit more up my alley, and I love an eclectic cast. I love a whodunit. Craig is so good in it too, man. Everyone's good, but yeah, I'm gonna go Knives Out.
Yeah. Well, Malcolm.
Yeah, I think you might. Yeah, I think you might have had probably would have had Foxcatcher on your combat sports tier rank or something.
Oh yeah, that's the one. I think. Yeah.
But yeah, I Foxcatcher is great. And I've had a lot of fun with it, but I think Knives Out is the better movie. Like I actually found it very I didn't find it predictable. I thought I knew where it was going, but then I was surprised when I found out where that when it changed gears at the end there. So I'm going to go Knives Out.
Yeah, sounds good. And Richie, what do you think?
Yeah, Foxcatcher sort of surprised me when it came out. Thought it's really good. And I think Channing Tatum proves that he can act, and it's an amazing performance. The person who steals the show though is Steve Carell. I think he just still does such a creepy, on point performance. And it's a really interesting true story about it. And he back in the day trained Kurt Angle, so yeah. But not Knives Out. I love a good murder sort of mystery, especially. But if you blend comedy in there, and if if you've got like Australian actresses in there like Toni Collette, then I'm on board. And this was really really good. So I'll go Knives Out, but I love Foxcatcher.
Yeah. So I think it's going to be Knives Out, but
Yeah, no, Knives Out moves on. And
Yeah,
actually, I'm glad you continued on by saying you like murder mystery, because like the way you pause is like I like a good murder. Just
yeah.
We're talking
Murder
about pros.
mystery.
but I've actually got to bounce. I've got
Sure,
something
yeah,
else to be. So yeah,
It's all good, but thanks for being here, Malcolm. Do you have any plugs you want to do real quick?
yeah, you can find me on Take 3 Productions, where I host Rankum every Sunday night. This week we're doing top TV shows based on or spinning out of movies. JPO will be there, Stephen will be there, and
Nice.
yeah,
Cool.
and you can find me pretty much everywhere else wherever there's a trivia or tournament or tier rank of stuff happening. I'll probably be there most likely.
Yeah. He'll be here for a lot of them. So.
But yeah,
Cool, well, thanks.
see you all.
Have a good one, yeah. And we're dropping like flies unless Steven comes back. But yeah, but also speaking of Steve Carell, I've heard really good things about that show, The Patient, over on Hulu. That's supposed to be pretty good. It's like
I liked it. He's really good in it. Him and Donald.
Yeah, like I just know that he's some kind of therapist that like interviews this guy, and he ends up being some kind of crazy serial killer or something. So yeah.
He kidnaps him because he wants more one-on-one time.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll have to check it out. But up next we have Nightcrawler going up against Hard Target. We got Van Damme in here. Yeah, so I believe that it's probably me first, I think, right? Is that where we're at? So I think Steven's trying to come back. I see him slowly loading. Here we go. There we go.
There you go.
Yeah,
hey, Steven.
Hey.
I don't know. I don't
Your internet
know
crap
if
out?
I don't know if it's an issue with the internet or if it's an issue with the laptop.
Oh, okay. Well, this is the matchup we're about to vote on: Nightcrawler versus Hard Target from Van Damme. And I'm first. So one of these movies I have not seen, and that's Hard Target. I haven't seen a lot of Van Damme movies. I'm not the biggest Van Damme fan. I'm not going to say that like I think he's the worst actor, but I just don't think he's that great of an actor. So, but I mean some of his movies are like guilty pleasures, but Nightcrawler, man, like Jake Gyllenhaal, you talk about an amazing performance, and I'm trying to think of the other actor that played the like other reporter. It's spacing me now, but she's really great too, and yeah, like a really haunting performance. And I'm a pretty big Jake Gyllenhaal fan, so I'll vote Nightcrawler. Yeah, Jacob, what do you think?
Yeah, I also have not seen. Okay, bye, Steven. I also have not seen Hard Target, and I think Nightcrawler is a fantastic movie. Jake Gyllenhaal gives a tremendous performance, so I will go with Nightcrawler. It's a weird origin story, though. Like I did not expect that to be the origin story for Nightcrawler.
Yeah, and then all those years later, he ends up with the X-Men. Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, but The actress I was thinking of was Renee Russo. Like she's great in it.
Yeah,
too.
Renee
And
Russo.
then
Hmm.
also shut up Bill Paxton in that movie too. But JPO, what do you think?
I actually do like Hard Target. It was one of the '90s Jean-Claude Van Damme rewatches that heavy and growing up. But yeah, Nightcrawler is a really cool film here, man. Great performance by Gyllenhaal of someone who's willing to kind of go to any length to kind of climb that ladder. I dug Nightcrawler a lot. It was pretty high on my Gyllenhaal list recently, so I'm gonna go Nightcrawler.
Yeah, sounds good. Richie, what do you think?
Yeah, Hard Target has Wilford Brimley on a horse shooting bow and arrow. You know what? That's amazing.
Oh, that's freaking awesome.
But yeah, Nightcrawler. Yeah, like Jake Gyllenhaal just loses himself in. He becomes his character. He's so just menacing, and a guy goes to any length to get a story, and it's just very. It's very telling. It's a sort of social commentary on the news and how how they go to anything to get a story. It's sort of very disturbing, especially knowing that we live in that sort of world. But other performances are good too. Yeah, obviously, Riz Ahmed, pretty good. Renee Russo, Bill Paxton, they're all very good here. Hard Target's like a guilty pleasure kind of thing, but Nightcrawler isn't, so I'll go Nightcrawler.
Yeah. So it'll be Nightcrawler, but yeah, every time I think of Wilford Brimley though, like he just seemed like the angry old man, like
Diabetes.
super grumpy. Like I have diabetes. I can just picture him shooting the arrows. Like, get out of here! I got diabetes. Like on the Family Guy when they have Wilford Brimley hosting the Teen Choice Awards. And he's like, you damn kids and all your like whatever, doing the whole angry man thing. At the end, he just gets pissed off and he's like, I have diabetes. Okay, yeah, it's pretty good. But up next though, we got 21 Jump Street going up against End of Watch. All right, a couple cop movies, buddy cops, kind of in some ways. But it'll be Jacob. So what do you think?
Yeah, another easy one. Haven't seen End of Watch. I think 21 Jump Street is hilarious. I think Channing Tatum and Jonah Hill were extremely funny together. I had low expectations going in, came out of it having such a good time. So I'll go with Jump Street.
Yeah. JPO, you awake? Hey, JPO.
I was thinking about it, guys. Gotta give me a second to think.
Yeah.
I do like End of Watch. David Ayer is one of the most polarizing directors for me because he makes some good ones and he makes some bad ones. This is one of the good ones though. The found footage thing sometimes doesn't work for me completely here, but the two leads are also there's actually pretty decent surrounding cast to them too. But 21 Jump Street is one of the biggest surprises for me of all time as far as my movie loving goes. It's just something where on paper I just wasn't that into, and it is a good rewatch. It is funny. It is extremely funny. I'm gonna go 21 Jump Street.
Yeah, sounds good. Richie, what do you think?
Yeah, I End of Watch surprised me too because it's sort of like a lot of, some of it's like found footage kind of deal, and I'm not the biggest fan of that genre, but it works here. I love End of Watch. It's you might see a sense of pattern. I like Jake Gyllenhaal, but
Yeah.
but I also like Channing Tatum, obviously, because he's on here again. 21 Jump Street, yeah, it's like I went into it with not the great expectation. Even though the trailer was good, I went into it with not great expectations just because I wasn't. The TV show didn't really hit me, so I was just like, okay, I'll see this, and yeah, it's just really funny. The chemistry between Jonah Hill and Channing Tatum's amazing. Ice Cube is great. Nick Hoffman's great. Rob Riggle is great.
Yeah.
Probably should name more. Brie Larson.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll go 21 Jump Street.
Yeah. This one's just close for me. If you listen really closely, you can hear the snores of the JPO. But But yeah, like End of Watch really surprised me. I think that Michael Pena and Jake Gyllenhaal, they have great chemistry. Like they're kind of shows the like brotherhood of like that, just them being partners and stuff, and like uh, uh Michael Pena, like you talk about another guy that's really hit and miss for me. There's some roles that he has that I think that he's just killing it, and then other roles like he's just stupid. So it's just kind of weird, um, but 21 Jump Street, yeah, like what a big surprise. I remember when I went to go see it, I came out of the theater afterwards, back when on the days when the movie theaters were usually decently packed with people, and I saw one of my best friend's parents. They were coming out of a movie. They're like, "Hey, what movie did you guys go to see?" Like we just saw at 21 Jump Street, and like, "Oh, so did we? Wasn't it freaking awesome? It's freaking great, wasn't it?" And like we were just raving about it. We all had a great time. So yeah, I'm gonna go with 21 Jump Street. So, and Jacob, did you vote?
Yeah, it's Jump Street.
Okay, all right, cool. Jump Street it is. All right. We got the Penguins of Madagascar. That might be a first time on. Yeah, going up against Austin Powers, the international man of mystery. So, and I think it's JPO, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Penguins actually has its moments. I do dig it. But yeah, I think Austin Powers. It's a pretty decent trilogy. I think the first two are pretty great. So I'm gonna go Austin Powers.
Yeah. Richie, what do you think?
Yeah, Penguins of Madagascar is the most random one I'd probably go on here. Just because I love Madagascar and everything. I think it was just a case of I was bored one day, so I went up to sort of our equivalent of Redbox or whatever, and it was there. I'll give it a watch. Didn't really, wasn't expecting like a lot. I was just expecting, it'd be a cute sort of 90-minute film to pass time. There's a lot of great jokes in this movie. I had a blast. I think this was really well written. I think it's really smart. And I loved it. But yeah, Austin Powers, first one's probably the lesser of the three here, for me. But it's still good. But you know what? I'm gonna go Penguins.
Yeah. And for me, yeah, I think that the Penguins were the best thing to come out of Madagascar. They're super funny and like I'm not a big big Madagascar fan, but I'm a pretty big Penguins fan. Like some of the like jokes and the one-liners that come out of this thing are pretty good. Like one of my favorite things that I always remember. It's like one of my like favorite random lines from an animated movie. Like the whole movie, they're just trying to get to Antarctica, and they get there, and one of the penguins just like seems to step out, and he's like, "Well, this sucks," and they just leave. They just like take off. They're there for like 10 seconds, and then they leave. so yeah, and yeah, Austin Powers is great, but just to go with something different in an animated movie that I actually really dig, I'll go with Penguins. Yeah. Jacob, what do you think?
Yeah, I've mentioned it before that I haven't seen the Austin Powers trilogy, so I'll go with the animated movie and go with Penguins.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, so I think it's gonna be Penguins. It's a bit of an upset here, so
yeah.
Yeah, I think we need to bid adieu to JPO.
Yeah.
Let me see the next round. I'll do the next round.
Sure. Yeah, sounds good. We'll give you one last one. We got this is England. We'll see if it's a movie you've even heard of, but I'm going against T2. Shoot. So I mean, I'm not going to vote for you, but where are you going to go? Because I kind of can predict it. But
am I first?
Yeah. you're
Okay.
first.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not sure if I remember hearing about it. Hey there, Steven. You're back to forward.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Alright,
T2 is one of my favorite
I'm
of
just-
action movies of all time. So, and I've seen it. So, T2 gets the vote. Thumbs up as I, just like Arnold, go down into the flame.
Yeah.
Yes, catch me over at the Pierce Go at Pierce Wrestling here, there, CWT, Malcolm's thing on Sunday, on the street corner, hiking up the skirt leg, trying to get $1, y'all. Thanks for having me.
All right. Sounds good. Yeah. Thanks again.
Good night, buddy. Richie, I love you.
$1 make you
Bye.
holla. But Richie, maybe you can tell us a little bit about This Is England, maybe.
All right, yeah, well, yes, This Is England is a sort of almost I don't want to say coming of age, but it's sort of this story about this how this dude sort of who grew up with like tough childhood kind of turns to who gets befriended by a bunch of Nazi skinheads, and sort of he becomes sort of radicalized by that, and then realizes and so it's it's about the sort of how you get how kids can be influenced by certain things because this kid's only 8, but yeah, it's a fantastic movie. I'd recommend it, but it's not probably I realize it's probably not the easiest to seek out. I'd vote for it if it was up against T2. T2 is one of the best one of the best sequels of all time, one of the best movies of all time, so I'll go T2.
Yeah. Yeah. And I suggested to Steven, I was like, you could do like Richie and just go from your phone if you have to. But I never heard of this is England, but the description sounds pretty good though. Like definitely one that I'll mark down on my list of movies I got to check out. But yeah, Terminator 2, like it's an all-timer. I mean, like what can you say that hasn't already been said about Terminator 2? I mean, it's one of Arnold's best. Robert Patrick. You get a great female action star with Sarah Connor. So yeah, I'll go with T2. And I found that alternate movie poster I thought was pretty cool. So yeah, but Jacob, what do you think?
T2. I don't think.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sounds good. All right, T2. But we got Hell or High Water going up against the Iron Giant. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. This one might be tougher than you think. Richie, you would be up first.
Yeah. Hello, High Water is a great sort of modern western. I think it deserves all its accolades. I think it's a fantastic movie. One of Chris Pine's best performances, but Ben Foster continues to be underrated. He's fantastic in this movie. And The Iron Giant, just a good childhood classic. I watched it maybe again about maybe year and a half ago. Still holds up. It's a fantastic movie. Again, probably proves my point that Vin Diesel's best performance is when he doesn't say many lines. So and he's good. He's good in this movie, and I love the story here. I'm gonna go Iron Giant.
Yeah. I've only seen Hell or High Water one time, but I really want to give it a rewatch because it was really, really good. Yeah, kind of like a modern western almost, set in a small town. Nice guys like robbing banks and stuff. And the Iron Giant though, yeah. You talk about an animated movie that has so much heart and just man, that movie will get me every time. The first time I saw it, I definitely shedded a few tears, and then I get the chills at every time when you find out what has to happen to the Iron Giant near the end. So, yeah. Well, actually, what he decides to do. So yeah, I will go with the Iron Giant. Yeah, Steven trying it one more time, but Jacob, what do you think?
Yeah, I have been going back and forth because I really enjoy both of these movies. But I think the one that's just been with me longer is the Iron Giant. So I'm gonna go with the Iron Giant.
Yeah,
Man, this is a
sounds
tough
good.
matchup.
Yeah, so it'll be Iron Giant moving on. So yeah, let's see. We got Casino Royale. We got another Bond movie in here. Going to be Scream 2. So all right, so that's me first. Yeah, this one's like it almost like I mean, Casino Royale like got to be like my second or third favorite Bond movie, and kind of the same way with Scream. It's kind of the second or third favorite. Like I definitely like the original Scream the best, but this is probably my number two. I mean, it's a tough call. Like I want to give the most recent Scream, Scream 5, some time to kind of like sit with it, maybe give it a few more watches. But that one ranks up high too. But and yeah, Casino Royale. That like for me, I just loved a lot of the like action and like set pieces and like the way that the action choreography like was like really cool in this one. And man, like this might be like one of the toughest ones of the night for me because both of these are basically on the same level as to how much I like these movies. But I don't know. I want to say I'm more of a Bond fan, man, but Scream, yeah. I'll still go with Casino Royale, but but just by a hair. Jacob, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen Casino Royale either. Much like the situation with Skyfall. I will get to it eventually, but Scream 2 is my favorite of the series. But it's really close between that and the first one, which I'm sure we'll see. If it's not on this one, then on the next bracket.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're pretty close for me. But yeah, Scream 2 just it's a really solid sequel. And yeah, I think it's great. So Scream 2.
Yeah, sounds good. Richie, what do you think?
Yeah, Casino Royale is really good. First, Daniel Craig Bond film. Yeah, and I think it's really fun. And it's sort of really bold to essentially remake what was a sort of a spoof movie. If you watch Casino Royale. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's fantastic. Yeah, I loved everything about it. I actually watched this in England, and it sort of felt authentic.
Oh, nice. That's cool.
But yeah, Scream 2 is a great sequel. Yeah, it just picks up where the first one left off, and then just carries. Yeah, and just knows what to do with it. Yeah, it's a fantastic movie. I'll go Scream 2.
Yeah, so it'll be Scream 2 moving on. All right. Let's see. We got Inside Out. Gonna hit Shaun of the Dead.
Oh man!
All right.
It's just
Yeah, like
starting to get tough.
well, the thing is, it's like some of these matchups are like totally different like genres or vibes, but they're equally as tough. Yeah. Because like Inside Out's like so good, especially they had the teaser for the new Pixar Elemental out, and that gave me some Inside Out vibes too. So I'm hoping that one holds up as good as Inside Out does. And yeah, Shaun of the Dead though that. It's my second favorite of the Cornetto trilogy, but like they're all just neck and neck. Like they're all like really good. You know what? Just because we've seen Shaun of the Dead on here a lot, I think I'm gonna give a vote to Inside Out, and because there's just so many beats that just hit all the emotions, and I think that's the point of it to hit all the emotions. So yeah, Jacob, what do you think?
Yeah, I think I'm also gonna go Inside Out. Shaun of the Dead is my favorite of the trilogy, but Inside Out, like it was just a home run for Pixar. They really knocked it out of the park with that one. The voice cast is uh, incredible, and yeah, I'm excited to see what they do with the sequel.
Yeah. It'd be interesting. But Richie, what do you think?
Yeah, yeah. I also might go with Inside Out here. I think, yeah, it's great. Yeah, it's a great concept. Yeah, I think the performances are great, and yeah, I love the short film that's attached to this movie, the volcanoes.
Oh yeah,
I think it's
yeah, that was
I think
good.
that's really touching. Um,
Mhm.
so yeah, I'm looking forward to the sequel. I'm glad they finally announced one. But yeah, I'll go Inside Out.
Yeah, like I remember, like I worked at a movie theater when Inside Out came out, and I could always duck in there to watch the lava cartoon all the time, like just over and over. Yeah. So yeah, I think it's gonna be Inside Out. Moving on. All right. We got Man on the Moon up against Nothing to Lose. Ooh, okay. And it'll be Jacob first. So
All
what you
right,
got?
yeah, an easy one for me because I haven't seen Nothing to Lose. I think Man on the Moon is really good. Jim Carrey gives one of his best performances. Probably top three for me personally. Um, so I will go Man on the Moon, co-starring Jerry the King Lawler.
Yeah, sounds good. Richie, what do you think?
Yeah, I love Man on the Moon. Yeah, Jim Carrey went to tremendous lengths to try to, you know, capture Andy. I was going to say Andy Samberg, but anyway, you know,
That's a movie.
anyway,
Yeah.
yeah, but no, I think Jim Carrey is like so.
You mean Andy Kaufman, right?
Andy
Yeah.
Kaufman, yeah, and the essence of Andy Kaufman. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I think he nails it. I think the movie's amazing. But yeah, Nothing to Lose. I've always touted this. It's one of my favorite comedies ever. I love it. It's a good road trip movie. I love the chemistry between Tim Robbins and Martin Lawrence. I just think they're great one-liners, and yeah, it's never gone down for me on rewatch. I watched this movie over like 30 times, so I'll go Nothing to Lose, and I'll leave that to Jordan.
Mm. Well, like I think I need to give Man on the Moon another rewatch because I've only seen it once and I didn't really get it. I was kind of like this is really weird. I don't know if I really like this. I don't know, but it's been a long time since I've seen it, so like I'm probably due for a rewatch because there's certain movies out there that like maybe like Eternal Sunshine, for example, that like maybe didn't really hit with me, but I still feel like there might be some potential there if I watch with like I don't know, just a more refined palette after like experiencing more movies and stuff. So I'll definitely go back to it sometime. But yeah, like I actually really like Nothing to Lose. Like it's a really underrated comedy. Yeah. Like I love the stuff where uh Tim Robbins and Martin Lawrence are sitting in the diner at the beginning. There's some pretty good jokes there. They're back and forth, and then also I love the guys that are after him, John C. McGinley and Giancarlo Esposito too. Like they're a lot of fun too, as like the like kind of outlaw guys that are after him. And I can't remember like are they trying to steal some kind of diamonds? Is that what it is, or they're like did someone?
The outlaw people.
I always forget.
The outlaw people, I think, were out to steal. A lot of diamonds and stuff. But like is that what you mean, or
Yeah.
you mean the?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, because Tim Robbins and Martin Lawrence, they're sort of just Tim Robbins just decides along the way that he wants to rob his boss, and then he was going to steal money or whatever, and then all he ended up doing is chopping a dick off a statue.
Yeah, because it's been a long time since I've seen Nothing to Lose also. So like I probably need to give that another rewatch also because I just remember like a lot of funny just back and forth between Martin Lawrence and Tim Robbins. Like even at the like kind of near the end when they're like they're like in like some kind of office building where they're like trying to like steal whatever they're going after and like, but it's like it's been so long they like have these like bits and pieces, but I don't have it all put together, so I got to rewatch it. But I'll go with Nothing to Lose. But Steven,
Welcome back, Steven.
here. Yeah, welcome back. Hopefully the computer hangs in there. But
I don't think it was a laptop issue. I think it might have actually either. I don't know. It might have been an issue with Xfinity or with the router or something. I'm not sure.
okay, well, I want to give a vote here for Man on the Moon versus Nothing to Lose.
I mean, I enjoyed Nothing to Lose, but Man on the Moon, I think, is easily the better movie. So I will go with Man on the Moon.
Yeah, well, it'll be Man on the Moon. Well, actually, no, we have a tie. Did you vote for Nothing to Lose, Richie? Yeah, we got a tie. All right, so and
we lost a couple of people since I've been gone.
We lost Malcolm and Jordan.
We lost a few, so I mean, at this point, I just say the tie can go back to Jacob, and we'll just go from there.
Well, actually, you had the last tiebreaker, so
okay,
it would go back to you.
Yeah, it works out.
Then. It works out.
And
so.
I will continue to vote for Man on the Moon.
Yeah, sounds good. Man on the Moon, cool. Then we have Horrible Bosses. And it's Halloween 2, not Halloween 1, 2. So, and yeah, it'd be Steven first this time. So, you go.
I'll go with Halloween 2. I mean, this is the original Halloween 2 we're talking about, right?
Yeah, not the Rob Zombie one.
And Rob Zombie's one was never going to touch this one.
Okay.
Maybe if we do like if we ever do like every individual's top 128 worst, that might be on there.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know if I can come up with 128 movies I dislike that much.
Yeah.
Well, when I was making this, I was almost tempted to I send you a message, Richie, and like try to specify. So when it comes to Halloween 2, do you mean this one or do you mean Rob Zombie? Just as like a joke, but yeah. What do you think here, Richie?
Yeah, Halloween 2 actually only got to quite recently, but yeah, I loved it. I think it's really really solid. And yeah, Horrible Bosses is one. I don't know. It just hit me. I don't know why. Yeah, just I like the concept. I think it's like one of I mean, if you're talking comedic performances, it's probably one of Jennifer Aniston's better ones. Yeah, and I just yeah, I love I love the whole concept, and I think Jason Bateman, Charlie Day, and Jason Sudeikis have good chemistry and really funny. So I'll go Horrible Bosses, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah. So for the Halloween movies are very sporadic as the ones that I've seen. I haven't seen them all in order. I've seen Halloween 1 for sure, and then I haven't seen Halloween 2, but I've seen Halloween 3. Then I've seen like Halloween, I want to say 6 then, and then I've seen the 3 most recent ones. So I need to like fill in some of those holes there. But so I've not seen it. I just have heard what happens and kind of why there's no Michael Myers for Halloween 3. So, but yeah, but Horrible Bosses actually really dig this movie. I can't remember like when me and Malcolm did our comedy event battle. I'm pretty sure that I had this one on there, or it might have just missed the cut. Like it was pretty close, but yeah, like I just really like the chemistry. Like I've been a big Jason Bateman fan recently. Like I've been digging everything he's doing. I think Charlie Day actually works here. Like when he's in a good comedy element, I think he's really good. But put him in something else, maybe not so much. But and then Jason Sudeikis is always pretty great. And then also got to shout out Jamie Foxx as the motherfucker Jones too. Like that's a great character, like a really great, pretty funny scene. So yeah, I'm gonna give it to Horrible Bosses. So Jacob.
I'm gonna go with Halloween 2. I've only seen Horrible Bosses once, and I haven't really felt, the need to go back to it. Halloween 2, I think it's a decent follow up to Halloween. I think a direct sequel like the same night was a smart choice, and I think it worked.
Yeah, sounds good. Steven, what do you think?
I think you already voted, didn't you?
Oh
He
yeah,
also voted for
yeah.
Halloween 2, but I think it's a tie.
It's a tie.
Yeah,
and it goes
tie
to Steve.
again. So go to Steven. So now what do you think? What are you gonna go for with the tie? You stick with it.
I know I'm in the minority, but I actually liked Horrible Bosses 2 more than 1 because I think Chris Pine is really funny in that movie.
Yeah, I'd agree, but I'm not a huge fan of that movie.
Yeah.
So I will stick to Halloween 2.
Yeah. Sounds good.
It's really funny.
Then we have Scary
Not only Michael Myers, but Dr. Loomis comes back for Halloween 4, considering how Halloween 2 ends.
Yeah.
I think they try to write it off like, oh, the explosion wasn't that big. But if you watch the ending, no, that explosion should have. I mean, you want to make the argument that Michael Myers isn't human, fine. But Dr. Loomis definitely then should have been dead.
Yeah. Well, we also went to Halloween Horror Nights in the Halloween themed haunted house. They had a pretty good actor doing the Dr. Loomis stuff in there. He's pretty animated and all over the place. So yeah, it's pretty good. But here we got Scary Movie going up against the talented Mr. Ripley. We had some like funny matches. But and I believe that's Richie first, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like people like to slag off the Scary Movie franchise, and I agree that the fifth one's not very good. But the first one, I still argue is very clever. I like how it's a shot sort of thing. They basically just it's parody of. I mean, that's parody of a few things, but mainly a parody of Scream. And they've done it. It's just very bold. They do it shot for shot, and yeah, it's just like there's so many great one-liners. I think Marlon Wayans is really good as Shorty. I love the WhatsApp thing. What's that? I still quote that. Or when he's like when he's rapping, I can actually do the whole lyrics. I'll slash and gash, kind of hold your ass, put blood on the walls, play tether your balls. The phone rings, don't answer the call. I'll slit your throat, fuck you like a goat, put you fast enough and make it win a coat. Peace. And
Nice.
and then like when he's doing that, he stabs all of them and they're all dead. That's really funny. But yeah, I actually think it's really clever. It's so like not all the writers of the Scary Movie franchise, are capable of writing a funny movie like people who do date movie and epic movie and all that stuff. So and talented Mr. Ripley is really kind of great. Sort of like just a very kind of surreal, like just disturbing, like drama with it's just like but a lot of twists and I remember just really loving it, and it's I think the movie's fantastic, but I'm gonna go Scary Movie on this one.
Yeah, this was interesting because like I haven't seen Scary Movie for quite a while, but I remember it being pretty funny. I like going back to watch some old interviews with Leslie Nielsen, just talking about how much fun that they had doing all these spoof movies through his career, and like even gives a lot of credit to like the first 4 Scary Movies in it, and still directed by I believe this one's still David Zucker, if I'm not mistaken, or at least like produced by their company at the least, but yeah, and I think that they really work, and they actually hold up pretty well for me. Yeah, and I like seeing some of the cameos that'll pop up, like Kevin Hart pops up, or like Chris Elliott pops up as like a weird kind of like Amish kind of guy or something. But yeah, and like Anthony Anderson. But actually, so I watched the Talented Mr. Ripley earlier today to prep for this. Is the first time that I had ever seen it, and actually, really enjoyed it a lot more than I thought that I would. Like I went into it like I wanted to like know as little information as I possibly could, because I mean I didn't really know that much about it, other than like someone becomes a murderer, or there's a murder that happens, and it like tries to be covered up. And I assumed that it was Matt Damon. Of course, I think I was correct, but because he's like the main character, he's got to be the killer. But yeah, just like the way that the movie's paced, like you're kind of like, I don't know, like if you didn't know anything about this, like you wouldn't really see that part coming until it actually happened, and then just like how he goes about trying to cover it all up is like pretty wild. So yeah, like I had a great time with it. Like Matt Damon's solid in just about everything he's ever done. So I think I'm gonna go with the Talented Mr. Ripley. So, but Jacob,
I have not seen The Talented Mr. Ripley. Don't really hear it get talked about a lot. So, but you know, Matt Damon, I like him as an actor, so I'll get around to it. But yeah, Scary Movie. I think it works as a spoof, and I think it's one of the best in the genre. So, I'm gonna go Scary Movie.
yeah, sounds good. Steven, what do you think?
I need to rewatch Scary Movie because I remember seeing it in theaters and not liking it at all. But some clips of it have been showing up on my Facebook wall, and I'm watching it. I'm like, this is actually pretty funny. So it makes me want to like actually give it a rewatch. But for now, I will stick with The Talented Mr. Ripley because it is a great movie. So yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, is it going to be a tie, right?
It's a tie.
Yeah. So the tiebreaker goes to
Me,
Richie.
Yeah.
Richie.
You know, I might switch it out because I want meet more people to see Talented Mr. Ripley. So I'll go Talented Mr. Ripley.
Yeah. And also, I dug Jude Law's accent in the movie. Like he does, like almost like an American accent, and like it. Like if you were just hearing him by voice only, he'd be unrecognizable. Yeah. So yeah. But we got Scream, the original Scream, going against Animal Kingdom. I hope I got the right poster for it because I wasn't sure,
you did.
I think so. Okay, cool. So yeah, and who's up first now?
You are.
Okay, so yeah, I've never seen Animal Kingdom. I've actually only heard of the TV show, but I haven't ever. I not know that it was a movie, so I don't really know anything about it. And Scream is an all-timer, like it's like up there in my top like 3 favorite horror movies ever made. So I gotta go Scream. Jacob?
Yeah, haven't seen Animal Kingdom. Haven't really heard of it either. So
Yeah.
I'll go with Scream.
Yeah.
The second best in the franchise.
Second best. Okay. Yeah. I can be okay with that. Steven?
I actually have seen Animal Kingdom, but it was such a long time ago that I don't really remember much of it.
Yeah.
So I will go with Scream since I do remember Scream a lot.
Yeah. Well, Richie, maybe you can tell us a little bit about Animal Kingdom.
Well, yeah, it's hard to explain the plot, but yeah, Animal Kingdom, was it's really successful Australian film that kind of got spun off into a TV series. So yeah, but yeah, it's
based on the movie. Okay.
Yeah, it got nominated for like Oscars when it came out though. It's sort of like almost it introduced like sort of Jackie Weaver on an international stage because she's been plugging away she's been famous here for ages, but I think that was where she first got a big break. And Ben Mendelsohn's in this movie. He's great. It's a solid film. A very depressing film about drug culture and all that, and that does. But I'd recommend checking it out. That being said, if I was going to get something else, I'd show some love for it. But it's going to get Scream, which is one of my favorite movies, so I'll go Scream.
Yeah, and Animal Kingdom. I mean, I don't know if the people have really like heard as much about it for it to be a contender, but it could be in the vein of Rankum this weekend possibly because they're doing like the TV spin-offs. So yeah, but it'll be Scream. Let's see. And we got Whiplash going up against Jackass, and guess who isn't here to shit all over Jackass movies? Malcolm. Yeah. So and I believe it's Jacob first. So
it is. And this time I will vote against Jackass. I voted for the last two that have come up. I'm going to vote against it because Whiplash is just an incredible movie with two great performances. J.K. Simmons is incredible. It might be my favorite performance of his. Miles Teller also gives a really good performance, and until Top Gun Maverick, this might have been my favorite performance of his. But Miles Teller killed it in Top Gun Maverick. So now I'm torn between which performance I like more. But we're not talking about Top Gun. We're talking about Whiplash, which is an incredible movie.
Yeah. Well, Steven, what do you think?
I like Whiplash, but I don't love it as much as most people do. I think I've talked about the reason why. That scene, the crash scene, always completely takes me out of the movie. And then, and the fact that he's allowed to get on stage when he clearly should be in a hospital, I just thought was absurd.
Yeah.
So I'm actually going to go with Jackass this time. I didn't go with Jackass the last couple of times, but I will go with it this time.
Yeah, and I think that scene, why like he really should go to the hospital, but I think it's just kind of showing the craziness and how into that stuff he is.
Yeah, I get that. He's obsessed with and it's got that, but it's just so absurdly unrealistic that it took me out of the movie.
Yeah, well, that's fair. Richie, what do you think?
Yeah, Jackass, the first one, is great. I still can't get over one of the ballsiest sort of stunts or sketches that they do is the first thing in the first one where he rents a car and takes it out, takes it to the demolition derby.
Yeah, yep.
I'm like, fuck, man, that is, I wouldn't. And then and then he comes back with it's spray painted or messed up with blow up dolls in the front. He's just like, oh, I hit a dog.
Yeah, he's trying to return it. Yeah.
Yeah. He has and then tried to get them to pay for it. I think that's absurd, but yeah, it's really funny. But Whiplash is fantastic. Yeah, I think it's it's a movie about obsession and pushing your limits, even if it if it morally and physically, it's that might be a bit questionable, but I just think it's fantastic. I think J.K. Simmons delivers one of the best is one of the best supporting performances of all. I've seen it in a long time, so I'll go Whiplash. But yeah.
Yeah. Well, the first Jackass, for whatever reason, maybe it's because I've seen it more at times, but it has more the stunts that stand out to me more. Or if I see them, I'll be like, yeah, that's from the first movie. Like when they do like the bungee underwear thing, or they have like the little crocodile that it bites on their nipple, and especially the party boy stuff. I'm a huge fan of whenever Chris Pontius does the party boy stuff, and they don't do it for the fourth one because I think because of COVID, he can't be rubbing up against people like that or during COVID or whatever. But yeah, that's some of my favorite stuff. Or going to the hardware store and taking a big dump like in a toilet that's on display, just all that stuff just stands out. And then of course you have the scene with Bam and Jared's parents with the alligator too. So yeah, it's all pretty memorable stuff. So but I mean, I don't think it's gonna hold up to Whiplash though. Like that movie was just so powerful. Just two powerhouse performers. They were just killing it. And I was a little late to the party for Whiplash. I waited about a year and a half before I saw it because it's what's a movie about a guy that plays drums? Like how interesting can that be? And oh my gosh, it's one of the most greatest and most interesting and compelling performances from both of them. So I think I got to give it to Whiplash. But the other thing I was going to say about Jackass is that me and my friends used to always get shopping carts like that and ride them down big giant hills. We make up these little suits. We take those kind of foam pads that you would sleep on. We just duct tape them to ourselves and we just go flying down these hills. We never had one that big, but we would go to grocery stores and steal them from the back and just throw them in a buddy's truck and then just go out and find some big hill to go flying down. It was fun times back in the day, but yeah, I'm still voting for Whiplash. So, and it's gonna be Whiplash. Moving on. Let's see. Up next, actually, that's the last one. Cool. So, so the round is over. So now we can just fly through the rest of these. You can
what
get
was
to a Sweet
Penguins up
16
against
that'll
Bennett one?
advance. Wait, the which one did you say?
I was just trying to look to see what I missed, and I saw Penguins winning.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the Penguins. Yeah, they'd be Austin Powers.
What?
I just think the Penguins are the best
I
part
don't
of
even know.
Madagascar. So, just to have something kind of unique and different. Yeah.
Okay, I'm kind of surprised that 21 Jump Street beat. Pleasantly surprised, but surprised that 21 Jump Street beat End of Watch.
Yeah.
Haven't seen
Movie's
it.
pretty good, but so is 21 Jump Street. So yeah.
I mean,
But
it didn't. End
over
of
here we got
Watch
the
didn't
big
really
sick
get
up
to me, but
against Dawn.
Norman Minority.
Well, End of Watch might stand a better chance. We're going to do best found footage movies in January, so it might stand a better chance there, maybe. So
Yeah,
but
End of Watch because
the
of the film footage format just didn't really work for me.
yeah, it's kind of interesting. Yeah, but we got the big sick up against Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. So and I believe Steven, you were up first.
Still haven't seen Big Sick, so I'll go with Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, Richie, what do you
I'll
think?
go the big sick.
Yeah, I think I'll go the big sick. Pretty easy here. I mean, you know my thoughts on these monkeys. So, Jacob.
Apes on horses.
Ooh, so do we got a tie?
We do.
And
It's you.
tie goes to me. Ooh, all right. It's not going to be apes on horses today. Sorry.
Mm.
Big stick. What's going on? It's moving on. All right.
Do these
we
do
got
the
Rush Hour
everything that
2.
does
Yeah, these
everything
will
that
make the
wins here?
championship.
Yep. Yeah, so all the winners here will be moving to the championship. Yep. Yeah, so we got Rush Hour 2 v Warrior. So it'll be Richie first.
Rush Hour 2.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to give some love to Rush Hour 2. Why not? Jacob?
Warrior easily.
Yeah. Steven?
I'm about to tie it up again. So, yep, Warrior.
Ooh,
You-
but it's back
Go
down
ahead
to
and
Move
take
it
it.
on
Warrior.
through.
Yep.
Move it.
Yeah, like
Moving on.
I enjoy Rush
I can
Hour
recognize
2, but
Warrior's the better movie.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
nowhere near as good as Warrior.
Yeah, exactly. We got Eternal Sunshine up against Hot Shots. Oh man, here we go. It's a funny matchup. And it's me first this time. Well, like I still haven't really connected that well with Eternal Sunshine. I mean, maybe on my next rewatch, but I got to give it to Hot Shots. Like that movie just like makes me laugh pretty hard. So yeah, Hot Shots Part 2. Jacob.
I wish JPO was here to hear me say this. Eternal Sunshine.
Well,
I voted against it so many times when he's here, and now when he's not here, it's like, well, I haven't seen Hot Shots, so I have to.
We'll have to timestamp it. That happened at the 2 hour and 44-minute mark, so he can
45.
come back and you can hear that. Yeah.
Although,
yeah, but
I mean, it's 44 when he said that.
Yeah. Officially 44 when he said it, but then it moved into it. Yeah, but Steven?
Now that he's not here, no, I'm just kidding. It's still Eternal Sunshine.
Then down with Eternal Sunshine. No. Richie?
Yeah, Eternal Sunshine.
Yeah. Eternal Sunshine it is. All right. At least he'll be happy to see it in the championship prize. So we got Halloween versus Clerks 2. Which this would be a hilarious crossover if it happened. But let's see whose turn is it? Jacob, I think we're back to you.
Yeah, Halloween.
Yeah. Steven?
No, I'm gonna give some love to Clerks 2. I think I just enjoy watching it a little bit more. Because I'm not saying it's not a good movie. Obviously, it is a good movie, but I don't know if it holds up as well for me because some of the kills in that movie, I don't know. I mean, I'll go with Clerks 2.
Well, they're a product of their time, maybe.
Yeah.
It could be, yeah. But
it's just like at one point, it's just like him strangling someone, and it doesn't look as realistic as some of the other ones.
Yeah, that makes sense. But Richie, what do you think?
It was hard. I'll go Clerks 2.
Yeah, for me, I think I had to go Halloween. So we'll tie it up again. We got a lot of ties here. So and
Steven.
Back to Steven. You can stick with it or switch. So,
I'll stick with Clerks 2.
yeah, all right. Clerks 2 it is. We got the Batman against Molly's Game. All right, and it'll be Steven first. Yeah.
I'll go with Molly's Game.
Yeah. Richie?
The Batman.
Yeah, I still haven't seen Molly's Game, but that's going to change real soon. Like I'm going to see, because I'm mostly just watching like stuff for these shows and like Christmas movies, like I said earlier. But at the same time, this is a movie I have to watch. But at the same time, there is a championship coming up, so maybe I'll say I'm watching it for that. You have an excuse to justify watching it. So yeah, but Jacob.
Yeah, I still haven't seen it since the first round either, so I'll go with the Batman.
Yeah. Yeah, so I guess it'll
It's
be the Batman, right? Yeah. So maybe I don't need to watch it so fast, but I'll watch it. Yeah. Batman. We got Jane Silent Bob Strike Back up against Searching. And it'll be Richie first.
This is tough. Jay and Bob, really good. Really good road trip movie. One of my favorite comedies. Searching, though, blew me away. So I'll go Searching.
Yeah, like I just want to champion Searching. For anyone who might be watching or like live or on a replay, like go watch Searching because it's way better than what the trailers portray. Way better. So yeah, I'll vote for Searching. Jacob?
Searching.
Yeah. Steven?
I will show some love to Jay and Silent Bob, especially since I still haven't seen Searching.
Yeah,
So much
sure.
time.
Well, you need to go see it, Steven. That message was also for you. But we got Mission Impossible 3 up against Final Destination 2. All right. And it's me first. This one's a little easier for me. Like I do love the Final Destination movies, but I do kind of get like I don't know, like the low budget vibe of like some of these movies, like number 2. So I'm gonna go with MI3. But although that crash scene had to like cost a little bit to make, so but I'll say MI3. Jacob?
Final Destination 2.
Yeah. Steven?
Mission Impossible 3.
Yeah. And Richie?
I mean, what doesn't I was going to say I could tie it up, but then I get the tie anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Oh yeah.
If
you want a certain movie to go through.
MI3.
All right. So it'll be MI3. Right. Then we can save your tie for another run. We got 8 Mile up against What We Do in the Shadows. Right. And I think we're back to Jacob. So what's it gonna be?
8 Mile.
Yeah. Steven?
8 Mile.
Yeah. Richie?
What We Do in the Shadows.
Yeah, and that would also go What We Do in the Shadows. So now it's a tiebreaker.
That's my tie.
Vote.
Yep.
That's my tie. What We Do in the Shadows.
Yep. Yeah. There we go.
So disappointed.
Yep.
You also
What We Do in the Shadows.
You also disappointed Cheddar Bob. Good job.
Yeah. Yep.
That's why he shot himself.
Yeah, it's because of you. We got Parasite going up against the wrestler.
No, this could be a final.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, right. A final right here. And one of these isn't going to make it to the championship. So, Steven, you're up first. Oh man.
The Wrestler.
Yeah. Richie.
The Wrestler by
Yeah. Yeah, usually when you see me kind of leaning back and like putting the like hands behind my head, it's either like I'm tired or I'm like stressed about the match, which would be the second one because like I have no idea here because they're both like so good. I guess I'll go with Parasite, but yeah. Jacob.
Yeah, I had to look at my own list, and I have Parasite higher, so I'm gonna go with Parasite.
Yeah,
and then it's you. So,
oh yeah, then it's on me, and like I could easily flip flop here, but I just think ultimately Parasite is a little more my style, so I'll go with Parasite still. So yeah, let's see, we got Skyfall up against Knives Out. 2 Daniel Craig.
Daniel Craig.
Yeah, yeah. And who's up first now? I think it's Richie, right? Is that where
Yeah. All right. Skyfall.
Yeah, it's like we want to see the secret agent go up against the inspector. um, yeah, I think I got to go with Skyfall. Jacob?
Knives Out.
Yeah. And Steven?
Skyfall pretty easily, actually.
Yeah. Skyfall. Moving on. Yeah, Knives Out couldn't have made it right before the new one was released. Of course not. We got Nightcrawler up against 21 Jump Street.
Shit.
Right.
Ooh.
Yeah, they're kind of different genres, but they're still tough. And is it me first?
Yeah.
Man. Yeah, I think 21 Jump Street just because it's way more rewatchable, but I mean that's not really like saying a lot because I don't know if Nightcrawler's supposed to be rewatchable. It's just like a really creepy vibe, but I'm gonna go with 21 Jump Street. Jacob?
Nightcrawler.
Yeah. Steven?
21 Jump Street.
Yeah. Richie?
Nightcrawler.
Ooh, so we got another tie, and it goes back to Jacob. So,
Nightcrawler. I'll stick with it.
ooh, all right. Well, Nightcrawler like hasn't really made it all that far in these tournaments, so yeah, it's kind of cool. Got the Penguins of Madagascar against Terminator 2. Here we go. Yeah, do we want to just put through T2?
Just put
We
it
could
through
do it.
T2. It's going to
Yeah,
go through.
just put it through.
Yeah.
I
So,
can't believe
through
Penguins of
first.
Madagascar beated Austin Powers.
Yeah.
Watch the movie again.
Yeah,
Not only
obviously
did it beat
something
it, it was a clean sweep.
Yeah, it was a
What?
clean sweep.
It's funny.
Yep.
It is a funny movie.
My internet
It's a
had to
funny
crap out at a bad time.
Yeah, like I remember,
It was
like,
3-1
which I remember seeing it in the theaters and like going to my local theater and they had like some huge like penguin banners that were like hanging there for a long time. But we have the Iron Giant up against Scream 2. Ooh,
Ooh. So that's
Ooh.
yeah.
Hmm.
I think it's is it Jacob? Are you first or do you go last?
Yes, I don't like that. Why is it always the ones that we think are tough? And those are the ones that we always start first on.
Yeah, right. That always happens.
I will go
Oh man.
with the Iron Giant.
Yeah. Steven.
I haven't seen the Iron Giant.
Ooh,
So I will go with Scream 2.
your favorite actor of all time is in it, Vin Diesel. Steven, right?
Vin Diesel. I mean, look, I like Vin Diesel.
Steven, grab it.
I don't
Grab it
know
and
why
take
anybody
it.
would
Yeah,
Watch
right.
it.
mean it.
Gotta watch it. Yeah. Yeah.
Here's the thing. I know where it's probably going to go, but we'll see what happens. I'll go Iron Giant. And let's see.
Yeah. Yeah, this one's tough. Oh man, it's like my favorite horror franchise, but Iron Giant is like an all-timer for animation. Like, and I'm trying to remember the line that he says at the end that gets you like every time when like that gets people all emotional. But he has like a pretty good line. I wish I could remember it, but I gotta go with the Iron Giant. I think.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I think we're going to go Scream 2. Then you're tied up, and it'll be Steven, and you go Scream 2.
Yeah. But let's champion some animation. Like, let's get some into the championship. Yeah. So we also got Inside Out, another animated one up against Man on the Moon. So
Ooh.
and it's Steven first.
Man on the Moon.
Yeah. Richie.
I think I'm just because I even though it's a phenomenal movie, it doesn't get as much love on here as it should. So I'm going to go Inside Out.
Yeah. And that's the line that I was thinking of when he calls from Iron Giant when he calls himself Superman and then takes off. Yeah. But yeah, I'm still not that high on Man in the Moon, so I'll go Inside Out. Jacob?
Yeah, I'll go Inside Out as well.
Yeah. Steven?
He said
already
Man on the
know.
Moon.
Oh yeah. You went first. Okay. So it'll be Inside Out. Cool. So we get an animation matchup coming up. We got Halloween 2 up against the talented Mr. Ripley.
I didn't miss as much as I thought.
Two murderers. You think about it, but Richie, what do you think?
Talented Mr. Ripley.
Yeah, like I just watched the talented Mr. Ripley for the first time today, and it was great. So, and I still haven't seen Halloween 2, so I'll go with the talented Mr. Ripley. Jacob?
Halloween 2.
All right, and Steven?
Halloween 2 is decent, but Talented Mr. Ripley is easily the better movie.
Yeah. Sounds good. Then it'll be talented Mr. Ripley. And we have Scream up against Whiplash. Oh man.
Shit.
Really? Oh. Shoot. And it's me first, right? Isn't it? Oh, frick! Like every single time, yeah. Like when it's like one of the toughest matches, it's always like seems to be that person first. This might be one of the hardest of the night for me. Man, like I really want to see Whiplash in there, but Scream is just like an all-time horror movie that like I don't know, like the more I watch Scream, like the better that it gets for me because I notice little bits of the dialogue, that the dialogue's so good in it too. So yeah, I think I gotta go Scream. So Jacob?
Whiplash.
Yeah. Steven?
Scream.
Yeah. And Richie?
Yeah, I can't have like my favorite movie, like top, and not have Scream in the in the championship round. So I'll go Scream.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense. Yeah, Scream it is. All right.
It's too bad the
All right,
best
well,
Wes Craven movie, though, the best movie that Wes Craven's done on this is not in the championship.
Oh,
I love New
what's that
Nightmare
one?
the most.
Oh, the New Nightmare. I was gonna say Scream's there, right?
I mean, New Nightmare is not even my favorite of the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise, but it's my favorite of all of his movies that are here.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna have Malcolm kind of sit in and like write down all the 16, but when we're finished here, I can just leave the screen up and go back and write it because I don't really take notes as we go, but I'll do it after the show's over. But we got the Big Sick up against Warrior. All right. Who's the bigger warrior here? The one that survived like some extreme illness, or the MMA fighter? And I think is it Richie first?
No, it's me.
Oh, gee, okay. So I'm way off. Okay, Jacob.
And I'm gonna go with Warrior.
Yeah. Steven?
Since I still haven't seen the Big Sick.
Yeah. Richie?
I'll go the Big Sick.
Yeah. Well, the Big Sick made it to the championship, which I wanted to try to get it in, but I think Warrior's the better movie, so I'll vote Warrior. So at this point, we're just basically like seeing what some of the favorites are, and like maybe pick a movie that Richie should watch this week sometime.
What movie does Richie have to watch before we can do his part 2?
Yeah, before we can do it. Yeah.
Usually I'd have a decent amount of time before number 2, but I think my number 2 is next week. So God damn it.
Yeah, it's coming up next week. I think it's a week from Friday or something. Yeah. So we got Eternal Sunshine versus Clerks 2. So, and
is It's Steven.
That's Steven. Yes, Steven. Okay.
Eternal Sunshine.
Yeah. Richie?
Eternal Sunshine.
Yeah. I think here I'd give it to Clerks 2. So, Jacob?
Eternal Sunshine.
Yeah. Eternal Sunshine. All right. We have The Batman up against Searching. Ooh. These are not getting easier.
Me.
And Richie.
I'll go Searching.
Yeah. I think I'll also go Searching. Jacob?
Searching.
Yeah. I'm Steven? haven't seen Searching.
I'll go with the Batmans. It's the one that I've seen.
Yeah. Well, it'll be Searching. Moving on. We got Mission Impossible 3 up against What We Do in the Shadows. All right. And it's me first. Yeah, I think this time I got to give it to What We Do in the Shadows. So. Don't drop your phone. You got some time to grab it. Jacob.
Mission Impossible 3. Probably the one I'll
Yeah.
watch first out of these two.
Yeah. Steven.
Oh yeah, Mission Impossible 3, because I haven't seen What We Do in the Shadows.
Yeah. Well, what do you think, Richie?
What We Do in the Shadows.
Oh, so it's a tie, huh? And
Oh.
who's got the tiebreaker now? Is it Steven? Is that where it's at?
No.
I believe so.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So you got the tiebreaker. What are you gonna go with? Steven.
Who's got the tiebreaker?
Oh, wait, who's got
That's
the
it.
tiebreaker?
You have it, Steven.
You got.
Oh, I do? Oh, then I'll
Yeah.
go with Mission Impossible 3.
Ooh, all right. But that just reminds me. I think I have 1 or 2 episodes of What We Do in the Shadows to go watch that I haven't seen yet. So the TV series. So I'm gonna go watch that. But all right, that's that half. We got Parasite going up against Skyfall. All right. And who's first now? Are we?
I believe it's,
It always throws me off when somebody has a tiebreaker, and then I'm like, well, who goes first?
yeah, I believe it's
But
you,
I
Jordan.
think- okay, yeah. That sounds right. Yeah, I think this time, like, I really love Parasite, but like I'm a big James Bond fan, and Skyfall is one of the best, if not the best, of all time. So yes, I'll go Skyfall. Jacob.
Parasite.
Yeah. Steven.
Skyfall.
Ooh, and Richie.
Parasite.
Ooh, so we got another
You
tie.
got tiebreaker vote,
Yeah.
Richie.
You got the tiebreaker. What's it gonna be?
Parasite.
Parasite. All right. That's fine. We have Nightcrawler up against T2. All right. Might be getting a little closer to T2 having like a worthy opponent, maybe. I don't know if it's even still worthy, but maybe. Jacob, you're first.
Nightcrawler.
Yeah. Steven.
Terminator 2.
Yeah. Richie.
Nightcrawler.
And I gotta go T2. So got a lot of ties tonight. So this time the tiebreaker goes to me though.
Mhm.
And yeah, I think I gotta put through T2. It's just like an all timer when it comes to action movies. So yeah. Let's see. We still have Iron Giant. Ooh, I don't like this match. Iron Giant versus Inside Out.
Oh,
Here we
man.
go. We got the animation matchup.
Oh,
Yeah. And is it Steven first? I think it's Steven.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you got?
So it's a movie I haven't seen at all versus a movie I only saw like half of.
Yeah.
The thing is too is that one character was really annoying.
What?
I don't even the sad character, I think.
Oh yeah, Sadness. Yeah.
She was so annoying. But
I think they picked like a perfect voice actor that have Phyllis from The Office do that voice.
So because of that, I'll actually go with the one that I haven't seen because I think I might like that one a little bit more. Although some of the things that I've heard, maybe Inside Out gets better in the second half. But I love the idea of Inside Out, but I'll go with the Iron Giant.
Yeah. Well, 2 words, bing bong, for Inside Out. But Richie.
Inside Out.
I think I got to give it to the Iron Giant. That movie really holds up. So, yeah, Jacob.
Iron Giant.
Ooh, so we got another tie again.
No, I think Iron Giant wins.
Oh, did you vote for Iron Giant, Steven?
Yeah, I voted for Iron Giant.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, then it'll be Iron Giant. Cool. All right. We still have the talented Mr. Ripley up against Scream. So, and I think it's Richie first.
Yeah, it is. Scream.
Yeah, I got to go Scream here. And Jacob?
Scream.
Yeah. Steven?
I think The Talented Mr. Ripley is actually the better movie, even though Scream is probably a little bit more rewatchable. So I'll go with The Talented Mr. Ripley.
Ooh, all right.
Give that. So it's not a clean sweep for Scream.
Scream? Yeah. So
Give some love
Scream.
to
Yeah. I watched the second movie to prep for this, but I did the randomizer after I started watching some movies, and that ended up in part 2. So I can talk about the other one I watched in part 2. We got Warrior going up against Eternal Sunshine.
Eternal Sunshine.
Right.
This is really hard.
Yeah.
Jordan, you're up first.
It's me. I mean, for me, I can see how it's tough for other people. For me, it's easily Warrior. So, Jacob?
My initial reaction is, oh, that's a tough one. But then the more I think about it, it's kind of easy. Warrior for me.
Yeah. Steven?
I'm going to go with Eternal Sunshine since I think it's the more original and the more unique of the two.
Yeah. Richie?
I'm gonna go Eternal Sunshine as well.
Ooh, so we got another tie, and I think the tiebreaker goes to Richie, right? Is that?
No, it's
right?
You had the last tiebreaker, Jordan, so it's me.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. Then Jacob.
I will go with Warrior.
All right. Warrior. Okay. Sounds good. Almost into the final 4. We got Searching up against Mission Impossible 3. So, and who's first?
First.
Okay,
Me first. I'm going to go with Searching.
Yeah. Steven.
Mission Impossible 3.
I think I got to go. Oh, wait.
Richie. No. I think I'm going to go with
He has to go with Richie's vote.
Yeah, right. With your vote first. Yeah. And I would also say Searching. So, all right. So it'll be Searching. It's making it pretty far. We got Parasite up against T2.
Steven?
All right, Steven.
T2 is in my top. Was in my top 64. Will be in my top 128. So I have to go with T2.
Yeah. Well, Richie.
Parasite.
Yeah. So both these are in my 128, but I have Parasite ranked like quite a bit higher, so I'll go with Parasite. Jacob.
I'm also going with Parasite.
Ooh, all right. Parasite it is in the final four. So we still got Iron Giant up against Scream.
Richie?
And Richie. Okay.
You know, funnily enough, I might go for Iron Giant here. Iron Giant.
Yeah. Huh. All right. Well, what's already going to be in the championship? Scream
Yeah,
is,
that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. I still think that I'd go with Scream though. Jacob.
Iron Giant.
Yeah. And Steven.
We have another tie. Scream.
Ooh.
And you have the tiebreaker vote, Steven.
Ooh.
I didn't know that actually.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep my vote to Scream.
Oh, okay.
It's not a bad Final Four. Wasn't Scream in the Final Four?
Yeah.
When you did your 64, Richie?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was.
Yeah. Yep. So, all right, we got four like really solid movies. Like I love all these movies. Like each one of these, I can say I definitely love each one. So, Warrior versus Searching, and the
Jordan. Yep.
Oh man, this one's tough. I feel like I gotta go with Searching, and just because like when I watched a movie, I was on the edge of my seat the entire time, like just really engaged. Warrior, like I was engaged, but like I just didn't feel the the hype that I did for Searching. So I gotta go Searching. Jacob.
Warrior.
Yeah. Steven.
Yeah, Warrior for me as well.
Yeah. And Richie.
The subtitle of this episode is going to be called Tiebreaker.
Yeah, right.
Oh, you have the tiebreaker.
And I get the tiebreaker.
Yeah, you get the tiebreaker.
It's going to be Searching.
Ooh, Searching. All right. I like it. Yeah, Searching. All right, so we got Parasite versus Scream, and I think Jacob. I think you're.
And I'm gonna go with Parasite.
Yeah. Steven.
Scream.
Yeah. Richie.
Parasite.
Well, we can subtitle it again because I'm going with Scream. We get another tiebreaker.
And then you have the tiebreaker.
That's me again. Oh, yeah. I mean, I could flip flop. I mean, because like, but I think I slightly have Scream at a little higher on my 128. So yeah, Scream. So here's your finals right here: Searching versus Scream. So, which one are you gonna watch this week, Richie? One of these two. Let's see. And it'll be Steven first. Yeah.
I will go with Scream.
All right. Richie.
I think I'm pretty sure I have to go back and watch it, but I think Scream won last time, so I'll go Searching.
Yeah, I think it did win last time. So, like, you hopefully already watched it for that one. So, we'll let you watch something different. Searching. Jacob.
I think I'll tie it up and go Scream.
But you got the
tiebreaker.
Oh, I do. Let's
What
go
is
with
going
Searching.
on? This is wacky.
Oh, and you're gonna switch it up to Searching. Okay. Why not?
So what was the point of being a tiebreaker?
Yeah,
Because then I can give a vote to each movie and I don't have to choose.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Actually, is a good point. Yeah. So yeah. All right. Cool. So searching it is. Once you watch that, we'll do a part
Yeah, that's
two.
fine. I've watched it a few times already.
Yeah. So cool. And I'm not sure when the sequel comes out, but I think it's soon. I think it's like either January or February, something like that. So yeah, soon. So you can watch it and prep for that, maybe. So yeah, there's our bracket for tonight. We had some pretty. We had a pretty solid list. Like probably over half of these are like in my 128. So yeah. So but yeah, that'll do it for us tonight, guys. So yeah, thanks for hanging in there, even though I'm getting a late start. So now, if I feel like I'm gonna be like running way late, I'll reach out to some of you guys to help with these brackets, because the longest part of my prep is like usually grabbing all the the images for the bracket. So yeah, but yeah, so we'll just do some plugs and that'll do it. So we'll start with Jacob's just around, so we'll go to Steven, right?
I'm around.
Now,
Yeah.
if you have any plugs, you can do some if you want.
No, I don't really. I mean, I did just recently over on the Dill Pickle movie network do a Disney voice acting draft. So go check that out.
Oh, yeah.
It was a fun time.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out. I saw Brian posted a link to it. So yeah, but Steven, where can we find you?
Find me all over social media, just my name. And I'll be on Rankum on Sunday.
Oh yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Cool.
Also, I was on Classic earlier today. You can check that out. Didn't go my way, but it was a fun match.
Nice. You said that was the last Classic of the year?
I think they said that was the last Classic of 2022.
Okay, cool. We'll have to watch for the next ones in January. I think in January, I'm signed up for a bunch of trivia because I know Moose Haas is doing some drunk trivia. I don't really drink, but I might take a marijuana edible maybe. We'll see. But and then
you'd fall asleep.
Yeah. Well, I might just take like even half of one. We'll see. But and then I think I'm signed up for a Full Metal random match. I'm trying to remember.
Oh, you know what? I think I do have a Full Metal, but I think that's in December, so that's why I usually only will talk about things that's happening in the immediate future.
Oh yeah. Well, my Full Metal random match, I think it's gonna be on the National Lampoon's movies, just all of those ones. So yeah. But Richie, where can we find you?
Yeah, you can find me on here and Tia Ranker. The next thing, the next thing I'm on is would be that Awkward Family one, right? So Awkward Family sort of moment movies. So that should be fun. Then next week you can catch part 2 of my top 128. So yeah, see what I've got there. Yeah, I mean, speaking of Full Metal Random, I don't know if Steven's on this one. I feel like he might be. I'm doing. I think it's next month. Some point doing actors and actresses Full Metal random match.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't remember what the Full Metal random match that I'm on is.
And sometimes I don't. I've also got a Horror Taglines one coming up soon with Hunter and John Mao and a couple others.
I think I'm also in like a Parks and Rec one coming up too. So.
Okay, yeah. And then I got a podcast with my friend Robert Cameron. It's the Tubi podcast. Where we take a deep dive into weird TV movies. The last movie that we did was a movie called World War IV. It provided good banter. Because we pulled banter, but the movie it was a slog to get through, but it's still fun to record. We're going to record one probably an hour from now. to go up on Tuesday. We it's not really too horrific or anything like that. I just watched Black Christmas, really good movie by the way. So we're
Yeah,
gonna talk about
great.
that. And other than that, I'm on. Oh yeah, I'm on combat wrestling trivia. And I'm part of a Clash of the Combatants tournament, I mean, it might have changed it now because a person has had a match, but last time I finished my match, I was winning the whole tournament. So, yeah, doing pretty well in that. I love playing there. Check that out on Chris Cast's Twitch channel, Castifer. And then I'm around doing film. I'm on JPO's channel a lot. I think I've got an NWO trivia match coming up soon, and then I've got like a battleground debate we're recording soon. That should be fun. And I'm around a lot of the other trivia spaces. You can see me. So cool. Had fun.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, that was fun to do your 128. Finally get to it. So we'll look forward to what's on the next one, which is coming up soon. I'm just over a week, but we did a Patreon match the other day, so you can go to the Patreon channel. We did the best wrestling theme song, but I found out that like even through a private link, you can still get copyright strikes. So that video is currently blocked, but I do have some ways where I'm just gonna download it. I'm gonna re-upload it as a direct video to Patreon because you can do it that way, and where it won't be associated with any kind of YouTube stuff. Or I may have to end up going through like some like a third party place and do it that way too. We'll see. So if you go over to the patreon.com/movie hero, that episode will be available this weekend. I just haven't had time to get to it, so I can unblock that. But yeah, so it'll be available soon. But and then you can find us on all the social medias at Movie Hero 2121 on Twitter and Instagram. As always, you can find us in the Schmodown Friends and Family group, which we will not have a regular poll for this episode because we're going to wait till Richie's championship, and then whatever makes the Elite Eight there, we'll put those in as a poll. So you can wait about a month maybe or so for that to happen. But and let's see, I'm trying to think of all the things we've been up to. So I just posted a new Snack Hero episode, so you can go watch that. I decided to do a fast food one. I don't do fast food that much, but I went and tried some new stuff from Wendy's. Like they had some like Italian chicken sandwiches that were freaking like really, really good. I gave them really high reviews. I did the chicken one, I did the burger one, and I broke it down pretty well to what all is like on the sandwich, all that stuff. And then I also tried the peppermint frosties that they have there. Those are pretty good too. And then I did some chips too, some apple cider vinegar chips, which I thought were going to be totally nasty, and they were actually like really good. So yeah, that's on the channel. Probably I'll be doing another Snack Hero that maybe this weekend. I'm kind of on pace through the holidays to do maybe one a week, and then after the holidays I'll do multiple per week. But and then just a little preview of what's coming up for Tournament Fights and Tier Ranker. We have the episode on Friday that's going to be the movies with awkward family dinners or family scenes in it, and we should be on time for that one because Malcolm he agreed to make the bracket for it, and he's already done with the brackets. So that the longest part of my prep's already ready to go, and I'm also not working on Friday at all. I have the day off, so yeah, that'll help. And then we have Richie's. Actually, it'll be your part 2. Let me see. That's going to be it'll be a week from this Friday. So in between there, for next Tuesday, we have Brian Nussbaum's Top 128 Championship. So we're finally getting to a championship for him. And then we also have, yeah. Yep.
It was a joke because when I started tuning in, he wasn't there.
Oh, yeah. He should be there as long as we maybe start a little early because, like literally at like 11 o'clock on the dot, you could hear his mom like Brian, it's 11 o'clock. You need to get off. So, yeah, but we also have we have JPO's 128, and I believe it is a championship episode. We did part 1 and 2, so it'll be his championship. We also have Ross Bristow's top 64. He hasn't done a 64 yet, so we're gonna start with this 64 for him. Because usually how we do it, you start with the 64, then about roughly a year later you can do your 128. So it's kind of how we like to do it, to give it some time for your movies to sit, maybe see like a few movies over that time, But we have best movies of 2017 coming up, so we're going to get into another yearly match there. Then we have our tournament fights battles: Spielberg versus Scorsese versus Tarantino 3-way match coming up. So that'll be a pretty fun one. And we also have a tournament of movies that have never been on tournament fights. So we have 4 of us, and we're all going to come up with some movies that never appeared on the show before, which could be a bit of a challenge, maybe, and maybe not. I haven't started doing my list yet to figure that out yet, but it'll be fun though to have some unique stuff.
Watch every movie we put on our list show up in the next month.
Yeah, right, yeah.
I'll just put movies on there that aren't out yet to cover my base.
Yeah, right.
I have some movies in my top 128 when that comes out in January or February, and that probably hasn't been on
the list
any tournament fights.
Yeah. Cool. Well, we'll look forward to that one. And then also just one bonus one. We were going to do a best movies of 2022. Austin thought maybe we should give people like an extra week or 2 to just kind of catch up on any stray movies from 2022 you might not have seen, so we can give people a little extra time. So we're going to start our animation tier ranker tournament. So we're going to do it the same way we did best action movies of all time. We're going to go through decade by decade with animated movies, and we'll have to see if we'll have to end up splitting up some of those decades, because there's a crap ton of animated movies that have been released, especially recently. So we'll kind of see how that goes. But that should be another fun one that'll last us a few months to get through all of it. So yeah, but that's a little preview of what we have coming up. So, but thanks again, you guys, for hanging out tonight. It was fun talking Richie's favorite movies, so we'll see in just a little over a week what else is on there. So, but yeah, that'll do it for us. So, for Jacob, for Steven, for Richie, for JPO, I've been Jordan the
Malcolm
Anderson. Oh yeah, and Malcolm too. Yeah, yeah. I've been Jordan the Movie Hero Anderson. We'll see you next time.